It'll take you to the website that you need.
Count us down when we're live, because I want to be ready. And
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 0 of the Roundtable Oddcast. Shout out to Kiwi Nerd for that fantastic name. My name is Freak. I am your host, joined by my co-host Doom up here, and the other two gamers of the Roundtable, Wolf and Chrono. Somebody's got the audio on, and I'm getting echo.
not me. Not me.
It's starting. All right, so here's how you guys start off a podcast, right? I did some Googling, and this is what I came up with. Donald Trump, right? So.
Okay.
No, we're gonna.
This is the best conversation piece everyone could have.
We're just gonna go ahead and skip over all that shit, right? But how's everybody doing today? You know, what do you do? How was what's today? Saturday? I was gonna say Friday.
Sunday for me. I'm on the off day right now.
Oh yeah, fucking goddamn Australia and it's being 15 hours ahead.
Yeah. Hey, at least your country's not a fly. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. So, I learned today how small the world actually is. So, we all remember I was a bartender down in South Carolina for 2 years, right? I went to Outback today because I was thinking of Chrono. And I was like, well, I'm going to go get a prime rib from Outback. And I walked in there and I heard this girl talking behind me that sounded dead ass like this chick I used to work with at the bar. And I turned around and I've moved out of state. I don't know anybody here, and it's this chick that I worked with at the bar 2 years ago. Now living in Asheville, serving me prime rib. I was like, this is a small fucking world, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, she may have followed you.
Maybe.
I almost ran over my girlfriend with a invalid carrier at during food shopping.
I like it. Is this Alcoholics Anonymous 7? Top notch. You goddamn right it's Alcoholics Anonymous. Just kidding.
The first part of Alcoholics Anonymous is that we don't speak about Alcoholics Anonymous because then we just start drinking.
I'm impressed. I thought it was just going to be voice. Well, since I wanted to add a video effect. So pretty much what we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to shoot the shit for 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and nip it in the bud and say, yes, this is heavily inspired by Rooster Teeth's Off Topic podcast. That way we are not pigeonholed into talking about one thing in particular. So we're just going to have fun shooting the shit with some friends. Doom and I are going to be the regular hosts of this with 2 different guests every week. For our first launch, I wanted the 4 gamers of the Roundtable to be here. For the most part, we are going to be reading chat, but not interacting with chat like I normally would during a live stream, unless it's an incredible comment like the Alcoholics Anonymous one, which is why we do have the chat box on the screen, even though it's a little hard for you guys to read it. But why are we all drinking at the same time?
It's
I'm
trendy.
not.
Yeah.
It's trendy.
Fuck you.
Awesome, Chrono. It was awesome.
We saw you.
It was empty anyway. I was trying to be funny.
Well, you failed. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now you know what it feels like to be Freak. You try and you fail.
You failed.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Puns. Yeah.
Don't sound so ashamed or embarrassed about it.
It's not ashamed. It's Linkin Park. You can't not do it. If
I know.
the
Rest in
opportunity's
peace,
there-
Chester.
Little ashamed.
It's
Little
fucking
ashamed?
hot.
Just a little.
So, I would like to broach the topic of the new Sonic trailer.
Yes.
Okay, because I have never played a single Sonic game in my life.
Yeah, because you're horrible.
Well,
Yeah, don't
no,
talk
like,
about
I
don't know how you've never played a Sonic.
I
game in real
played
life.
Sonic one night at my buddy's house that had a Sega, and like we ran around and collected coins and shit. They're extremely quiet compared to your voice. I can adjust that. But so my buddy had, Sonic, and we played it for like one night, and that was about it. I never
So
owned a
technically,
Sega.
you still played a Sonic game.
Yes, but I don't understand I don't give a shit about Knuckles. I don't give a shit about Dr. Robotnik.
Dude, Knuckles is the best side character in there. Like
I would
he's-
Knuckles.
Unlike Sonic, he don't chuckle.
Guys, let me know how the audio
Yeah.
is.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I have a chow right here with me.
But,
Fuck it.
Oh, God. Look at those shorts! Look at those shorts that he was wearing!
Damn!
He's wearing some short shorts. But so I didn't hate the first trailer, and everybody wanted to like lynch the studio, and but
human teeth.
yeah, well, I mean, he looked a little weird, but I get it because they're going for the realistic look. But I gotta respect the fact that the studio listened to what their fans said, went back and redid Sonic, and the new trailer actually looks great. And also, I'm super excited to see how Jim Carrey does as Robotnik.
Jim Carrey as Robotnik is all I need to know. I could care less what Sonic looked like. Jim Carrey as Robotnik, Eggman, so ready to roll for that.
When that first trailer came out, I was like, okay, everything looks awful apart from Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it's more or less just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. But I don't hate that, because I love Jim Carrey. But I feel like he might actually bring some interesting nuances to the character, considering, like, Robotnik has always been like, oh, I'm an evil person who does things and steals animals and puts them in robots. He's going to bring something fresh to it. But when that first trailer came out, I was like, the theming of this, I don't know what they're going for. You've got Gangsta's Paradise playing in the background. You've got some really dumb lines, like, meow, fuck me. I screamed at the screen. I actually screamed. That was so annoying.
I thought it was a great line.
It was awful. He looked freaky.
He looked like a blue cat. Like, seriously, it was bad. It was really.
He was like, eh. I'm like, oh my god, get out of the screen. But I was really surprised with the second trailer. I was like, hang on, the entire theming has changed. It feels like Sonic. Sure, it felt like it's definitely going to be more like catered towards like a younger demographic. But even so, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it because I'm a huge Sonic fan. Since I was young, I used to spend a lot of my time in school drawing Sonic on my workbooks and stuff because I was just obsessed with him. Sure enough, he hasn't had the best run with games and stuff. But the good ones stick in my mind because Sonic Colors is great. Sonic Generations was great. I'm starting to run out, but
yeah. He had a great run of games. I can name 2, and fuck.
Yeah, so that's the thing with Sonic games. There's normally like one good game and then like 7 trash games.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you go, sorry.
I was gonna say, like, just with Sonic, like, it's an iconic character. Like, Sonic across the board, everyone knows who Sonic is for whatever reason, good or bad. And like, I grew up playing Sonic on the Genesis. Sonic and Knuckles was one of the first game I ever got on Genesis. So when I saw that initial trailer, I was like, what? What? No.
And it really bugged me when the police sheriff's car had like Green Hill on it. I'm like, get out. This is not. This is weird. What are you doing? Oh, I hated that. But as a Sonic fan,
I do wish they kept the Gangster's Paradise just because. I do appreciate the Gangster's Paradise. I just love that song. But other than that, no.
Yeah, the whole theme changed between trailers. Like, the first one seemed like it had no direction at all. It was like, is it a comedy? Is it a like kids drama? Is it supposed to be like a teen film? It's so bloody mixed up. It felt like an Alvin and Chipmunks film at certain points,
Well, you still have to factor in it's going to be a video game movie, so it's probably still going to suck.
Well, that's the thing, is I've got hopes for it, and regardless, it's still going to be better than the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Well, the Super Mario Brothers movie is just a joke that we don't talk about. But,
we should go see the Sonic movie, just because they actually changed it. That's the thing. They delayed it to make changes to it, made it better, so that's why we should go see the movie.
And back to the Mario movie, and back to the Super Mario movie, I might be the outlier in this. Is it a good Super Mario's movie? No. But is it a funny, shit-tacular movie? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure. It's like The Room. It's like that, Like, I can enjoy it for how bad it is, but I would never say, like, yeah, this deserves an Oscar. It's just...
Yeah, guys, everybody's using different microphones, and I'm adjusting the audio levels based off your feedback. This is episode 0 for a reason. But, no, I mean, just, you gotta look at Doom. The movie, not you.
And the
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That most recent one that came out. Ugh.
I mean,
talking about Annihilation?
I don't fucking remember. The one that started off great because it was like a first-person scenario bit, and then the movie just went downhill. I want to say like 2008, 2009, some shit. I don't know. The Rock was in it. It sucked.
That one wasn't horrible.
No, that movie was trash.
Yeah, it was awful.
Assassin's Creed.
I liked the Assassin's Creed movie.
I really
It's
didn't,
there.
because here's
there.
my thing with it. The whole Animus idea. Why couldn't they have just done it like the regular Animus? Why did they have to strap him in so he could jump around the room? Like, what happens if he's just walking or riding a horse? Is he just there, just the entire time? I feel like that would be bizarre to look at.
Well, that's why they didn't show you that part.
But like, what about with the fight scenes? Like, it kept cutting in between. It's like, yeah, cool stuff, and then it's just him just jumping over things in a room where he's like losing his mind. I'm like, this is.
I thought the re-envisionment of the Animus was interesting. Like, it didn't sit well with me, but I didn't fucking hate it. But, like, I enjoyed Michael Fassbender, and I really wanted to see a sequel to it, and I thought that the choreographed action scenes were absolutely incredible.
Like, honestly, Michael Fassbender as Aguilar, he was good. He was good. And I think Michael Fassbender as his character, the real-life one, I forget his name. Because
Callum Lynch?
Something like that. Yeah. And his character was just very plain. He was just like, anyone could have played that part. But as Aguilar, he did something. He did something. But overall, for me, that movie it didn't sit well. And I think because every time there's a video game movie announced, we all have that little spot in our mind that's already like, this is going to suck, because no one's ever adapted a movie from a game well.
I'm so excited to see the Gears of War movie happen.
I argue that there is one video game movie, and it does not get enough love or credit that it deserves, and I might be biased on this.
Or Mortal Kombat.
No, that's the second one. Mortal Kombat's a close second.
Never saw the Mortal Kombat movies.
It was good. The first one was good. Don't watch Annihilation.
2 is trash. 2 is trash. But not Mortal Kombat. The first Silent Hill movie, you can tell that the director loved those games, and he followed them, and the plot line was actually pretty freaking close. Yeah, there's a few changes, but like seeing Pyramid Head and what he did to people in that movie, oh my god! Like I'm not gonna lie, like I was like blown away. Like that is a movie, and it's probably the best video game movie that doesn't get talked about enough.
I would very much like to see the Silent Hill movies, because I actually have heard good things about it. I'd also like to play the fucking games, but.
Yeah, like Silent Hill 1, the first movie, it was great. Like, it wasn't groundbreaking, but it had passion. But then the second movie came out, and that was just...
Didn't they...
Silent Hill 3, it was a bit of... A mixture of everything. It was awful.
Was the first one the one with the girl that was kind of just like waking up, and it was like an Ash world that was going on, and then
the movie,
brought in the police officer? Okay, I saw them.
Yeah.
Didn't they also make Resident Evil movies?
Yeah. We don't talk about that.
All right, we don't talk about that. Another guilty pleasure. As much as I love Resident Evil, I love the movies, but for completely different reasons. And those movies were just straight up cash grabs. Alice is not a real person. She's not in the games. They add in characters from the games as fan service, but it's fucking bullshit, because they're not like. It's just like, oh look, here they are. We're gonna kill them, pa, and then there you go.
Because they're played like action movie stars. They're not played like they're in an apocalypse. They're just like, oh, look, there's a horde of zombies. I'm going to jump fucking 60 feet in the air and blow them away with a rocket launcher that came out of my ass. It's just so far-fetched. But like that first Resident Evil movie, I enjoyed. But the rest of them, I just couldn't get a grip on it.
Again, here's another problem. The second Resident Evil movie, Nemesis, I loved it because of Nemesis. And do I like the fact that it was a big guy in a giant rubber suit? No, but I took what I can with that. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like when they did Dark Knight Rises, and Bane isn't this 7-foot-tall, buff-ass motherfucker with venom pumping out, and he's just got the mask.
Yeah, but that was different because that was more, like, grounded in real life. It was supposed to be more realistic.
Right.
Come on, it's fucking Resident Evil. It's a T-virus. It's a tyrant. It's a fucking tyrant. But I digress.
Tyrant. Ugh. The one thing that I want to see
is
I want to see
I'll add name tags for the next episode,
where they get Mr. X done like really scary. Because I remember when I played the remaster of Resident Evil 2, and you're walking through, and he rips the thing, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? The music changes, and I paused the game and walked away because I'm like, I don't know what he can do to me. And I tried shooting him, and
fuck this shit, I'm out.
The Tomb Raider game.
Give it to you.
The Tomb Raider movies also weren't. But the Tomb Raider movies weren't that bad either.
So are you talking about the Angelina Jolie one, or are you talking about the one with
the Angelina? I haven't seen the new one.
Okay, so for me, the Angelina Jolie one, it was campy, but I think it was done well for what they did with it. I mean, it wasn't a great adaptation by any means, but it was all right to watch. And then that one that came out recently, based on the most recent games, it was very plain for a movie, but they did some things with it that were like, oh, I saw that in the game. And I think that's the only thing that gets you is it's not like nostalgia, but it's a very similar sort of sensation.
The funny part is about that Tomb Raider, the new one, because they're coming out with another one. They're going to do a second Tomb Raider.
Oh, really?
They announced that. And the funny part is my girlfriend loves Tomb Raider from
How are the audio
early
levels now,
games
guys?
to now. And we watched that movie in theaters. And she's like, oh shit, that was in the game, and that happened. And she was like totally having trips about it. Of course, it wasn't, shot for shot remake, which I would never expect that to happen in a game to a movie adaptation. But she was like, oh, that was in the game. I remember that. Oh, that was cool. And she was like, I want to go and play the remake of Tomb Raider again just to see how much I missed. And yeah, I mean, I actually enjoyed that one, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think it did a lot of things right. And it's probably it's really hard to class video game movies because up there, the top ones are like Silent Hill and stuff like that. But you don't have anywhere between there before here that is filled up with any video game
there's
movies.
no gap.
It's either here or there. You can't bridge that gap until something comes out that is like, oh wow, this is actually a good movie. Until then, Tomb Raider is probably the top of the bottom of the barrel.
I'll tell you what, I'm disappointed it hasn't been turned into a movie yet. I think they're turning it into a movie because apparently Tom Holland is playing young Nathan Drake. But Uncharted.
Yeah.
But they missed out on the perfect window because Nathan Fillion would have been fucking perfect to play Nate Drake. Because he did a 15-minute fan film on YouTube of him playing Nate Drake, and it was incredible. But now he's too old. He's got too wide. He's not fat. He's not buff. He's just he's getting wider.
Very politely, he's getting wide.
Yeah, it's so weird. And so
I mean, he can bulk up. He could get ready for the role if they.
He would need to slim down. Is the problem?
Well, yeah, true. But I mean, there's ways of doing it. I mean, one of the best examples is Christian Bale. I mean, all the shit he's gone through. The
man does incredible things to his body.
Dude, all right. Yeah. So Christian Bale, funny story. He just did Cheney, the Dick Cheney movie, the biopic, and then went into Ford versus Ferrari and lost all that weight again. Crazy amounts of weight.
Oh yeah. He went from the machinist or machinist, whatever.
Machinist.
310 to Yuma.
Words are hard. Full sentences are impossible. Okay. He was 95 pounds for that shit. And then 9 months after finishing it, had to bulk back up to 220 for Dark Knight.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then overbuffed.
He's just what are you doing to me?
Yeah. And then he overbuffed for Dark Knight Rises and had to lose 20 pounds on top of it. And he said his favorite role that he did was American Hustle. Because all he had to do was get fat. And he's like, I ate cheeseburgers for days. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like the life.
I think he was saying that for the machinist or machinist, whatever it was, he only ate 2 apples a day. That was his diet, 2 apples a day.
Yeah.
The man does incredible things for the roles. I've got huge respect for him.
I mean, to me, if I were getting paid a huge amount to, for a role, and they're like, your diet has to be this, I'd be like, well, at the end, I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I...
Is this 10 mil worth it?
Yeah.
No, because I'd be sitting there and they'd be like, all right, you can't eat any spaghetti. And I'd be like, fuck it, I quit, I'm out, I don't want to be in this movie.
Actually, you could never be an actor for that alone because you're the biggest goddamn eater on this fucking planet.
Bullshit, I love everything. You're the one that doesn't like anything. I'll eat some sushi, some lobster, some crab, and you just eat bread. Doom is the picky eater of the group, guys.
You lie like a fucking rug.
I do. I hate food. I love food, but I'm just so goddamn picky. Your favorite food. Chrono, what's your favorite food in the world?
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. For me, I feel like if I had to choose, it'd probably, honestly, I like seafood, but
I hate it.
Not eating shrimp straight away or anything like that. More so like beer battered type fish or calamari.
Hate it.
It's either that or hamburgers.
Okay, well, I respect burgers. Yeah, that's always a good option. But yeah, like you name anything, and I hate it. It's a depressing lifestyle to just eat the same
Ravioli.
like 17 things. I don't like ravioli.
Ah, fuck.
Dude, I tried to get him the other day. My dad made homemade lasagna, and he's like, I don't like lasagna. I was like, but you like fucking
Who
pasta.
the fuck doesn't like lasagna?
Exactly. It's the same damn thing. Just he's like, no, the proportions, the ratios are wrong.
The meat to noodle ratio is wrong, okay? You don't fuck with perfection with pasta. Here's what you need. Some sauce, some garlic bread, and a fuck ton of Parmesan cheese, okay? Get the meat out. Get the veggies out. Just put the pasta in my mouth.
That's not the only thing you say about it.
Hey, lasagna has hot coverage, though. Thank you, Loopster.
So what you're trying to say is you don't like meat in your mouth.
No, I do not. But, yeah, I don't like ravioli. I don't like lasagna. Don't like manicotti. Don't like Alfredo.
You filthy casual.
You gotta at least like pizza.
I love pizza. But, I mean, are you one of those fucking weirdos that puts pineapple on their pizza? Because then I hate it.
Dude, fuck you.
Damn it! See,
pizza's good.
No, it is not. It does not belong on pizza.
It totally belongs on pizza.
It totally belongs on pizza.
No, it does
I had
not.
when I was
Who the fuck
younger.
are you talking to?
I'm fucking talking to you, motherfucker. I will beat them. I will come 40 minutes up the road, walk through your front door.
What have I
You
done?
can't get up. I fucking step on the other.
Look,
It's not funny 'cause I have a broken leg. Ow.
If you get
My
a free
pride.
pizza, you're like, hey, I can get a free pizza, but it's only Hawaiian. Are you gonna still get it, or are you gonna be a bitch?
I'm gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna be like, yo, I don't want your shitty pizza.
Horrible. Horrible.
Because then it's gonna take me so long to pick off all the nasty shit that there's gonna be no pizza left by the time I'm
It
done.
is not that bad. It really is not that bad. This is basically the classic Nickelback conversation. Oh, we fucking hate Nickelback.
Fuck
I like Nickelback.
Fuck Nickelback.
And their fans. Fuck Nickelback and their fans.
And there's fans.
I like
But
Nickelback.
I'm going to play contrarian for a second because when they released the last album,
I'm looking for a photograph. Hold on.
Oh, I thought
Look at
Feed
this
the Machine was a good song. Look at this graph. I honestly thought Feed the Machine was a good song. It was going in a good direction, and then the rest of the album was just like, slept with my sister, you know.
I liked
Alright.
their Dark Horse album. The Dark Horse album was really good. Like I like
Shut
old
up.
Nickelback,
Shut
but
up,
the new
Frank.
shit.
You're-
Shut up.
Your musical preferences.
If you like
that
albums
shit just like
all
your
about-
fucking taste.
If you like albums that are just strictly about sex, then Dark Horse, that's your job. That's what you do. And then after that, you should go listen to some Post Malone and Juicy J. And then, all just talking about sex. All wants to do that gang banging, snorting some coke, and then blowing a girl's asshole. I mean, I don't fucking know, but there's just a whole lot of shit in that.
How did you know
Snorting
about
some
my
coke
Thursday
and
night?
blowing girls' assholes. Just fucking turn it into a goddamn cavern. Just
You just go in.
oh fuck.
Well, goddamn.
Did someone just fought on me? I don't know, but I'm going 100% now.
No, I don't know why I'm a picky eater. I hate it. I wish I liked more food. Like, there's so many fast food places up here. I hate them all too. Like, I don't like Arby's at all. I don't like Jack in the Box.
What? You don't like Jack in the Box?
No. I don't like fucking
Oh my
Popeyes.
Bye,
I don't
guys, I'm
like
leaving
Burger
the call.
King. I like Zaxby's, Bojangles, Wendy's, McDonald's, and Cookout.
See, it's easy
He
for
likes
me.
anything he already knows his order for.
Oh god damn, easily.
Yeah,
That's it.
true.
Subways, I don't like
the thing
subs.
is, you
I don't
can-
like sandwiches. I like
He doesn't
sandwiches
like anything
that
that's in the shape
I
of
like
a dick.
sandwiches that I make. Okay, I don't like lunch
How
meat.
do you not like sandwiches? You just
I
use
don't-
that pejorative term. I don't like sandwiches.
I don't like fucking lunch meat, okay? I don't like this thin sliced, cold ass bullshit. Like, I love leftover Thanksgiving turkey smacked on a sandwich, okay? But I don't want one of
No, I
these
want
bullshit
sandwiches.
subs with just, no. No, I don't like Firehouse, Subway, Quiznos, Jimmy John's. Get it all out of here.
Oh my god, dude.
Doom's eyes just went,
This like, all right, this.
wait, what?
Like, this runs deep. I feel like you've got some deeper issues we need to like get out in the open.
There's some
because this is
psychiatric
ridiculous.
sort of shit going on there.
Wawa does not count as a restaurant. It's a goddamn gas station, rabbit.
Dude,
Oh,
no,
jeez.
Wawa
You are
is
starting
fucking
a war.
delicious. Wawa
I know
is
about the war
awesome.
because I've been fighting this war for years. It is a gas station.
Dude,
It's an easy one for me because,
Look on.
like, over in Australia, we've got only a few selected fast food joints. We've got McDonald's. We've got Burger King, but it's called Hungry Jack's because copyright. We recently got Taco Bell, and we recently got
Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
Yeah, I can get behind Taco Bell. Crunchwrap Supreme every day.
Yo,
Doritos Locos Tacos.
Crunchwraps, where's that?
Hey, Taco Bell, if you want to sponsor us.
Beefy Five-Layer Burrito.
We're all talking good stuff about you right now.
Yeah.
Nachos, dude. They're nachos. They've got this double nacho box right now. Damn. Sorry.
Yeah. But the one that I love is, I don't know how KFC is over in your, like, over there.
KFC sucks. It's all about Bojangles.
You.
No, okay. KFC was good 15 years ago, and then they started changing their recipes.
KFC over here.
The recipe.
Still the original recipe. It's still the original recipe over here. But we have these incredible things called a Zinger Stacker. Right? So a Zinger Stacker is 2 pieces of spicy chicken. You get what's called supercharged sauce. You get pepper mayo. You get cheese and bacon. It's a beautiful fucking huge thing. And it tastes incredible and your tongue burns for like hours. It's awesome.
So basically, it sounds like Popeye's new spicy chicken sandwich. I
still have not had a Popeye's fucking chicken sandwich.
You're not missing out. You're really not missing out.
I really wanted to get one to do a fucking like video review for it. The nearest Popeyes to me is 45 minutes away, and I was like, it's not gonna be worth it because I'm gonna drive 45 minutes, and then they're gonna be like, sorry, we're sold out.
Dude, Chris and I, we went to Popeyes. I think it was the Sunday that they came back, and we just went like at 1:00. They were wrapped around in the drive-thru. They were wrapped around almost, well, it was one time, and then by the time that we left, they were wrapped around two laps.
What?
And it was insane, and like it wasn't even that good.
It's like America's going back on bath salts. Remember that Florida bullshit a few years ago, and everybody was just eating each other? That's what this is, just with Popeye sandwiches. People are like killing each other over this sandwich, and I'm like,
no. Did you know that in Maryland, I think it was Maryland, that someone was actually stabbed to death over?
Yes, somebody was actually stabbed for the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Like, why? Okay, why? That is so dumb.
The real question for the cast is, how do you feel about In-N-Out? I've never had it.
Had it once, not bad.
I want it.
I don't get it. We don't have it.
It's not bad.
There's your answer. None of us fucking had it, and one, it's not bad.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of people that
drink. I'll be back in a second.
All right.
Don't start a new topic without me. Don't mind.
All right, quick.
Right,
real quick, guys. While he's gone, this guy fucking sucks. All right,
let's talk about Australians.
He makes us do this against our will.
Yeah,
we are not planning to be here. He made us do this.
The land down under is shite. Like it's, Why did we bring this kid on this show?
Guys, you can't see this. He's from Australia. So what he did was he shipped us three of us. He shipped us some parcels, and in those parcels were deadly spiders, and said that he was going to open them up on us if we didn't do this. So fucking crikey, if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, no, he's a goddamn terrorist, and so we're all being.
If you're watching.
Seriously, like I don't know if you can tell, he's a master of like voice changes too. He can sound like a little girl. He can sound like Sonic fucking your mom. He can sound like anything. So like
he's just manipulating us. Like
mastermind.
I can't stand this kid. Fucking hate his guts. Nope.
Fucking Aussie cop.
I can't.
How long does it take him to get a drink? I'm really hoping he'll come back as we're talking shit about him. But
well, it is Australia.
I think he got bit by a spider.
You don't like the thunder from down under. No, he's a good kid.
Thunder thighs, maybe.
Oh, he has to pump it from the well. It looks like he's grabbing a beer. It is 11 a.m. for him over there, and he's getting a beer.
Hell yeah. Yes. Hell yeah. I appreciate
Cheers.
that.
We can see who has...
oh, there's my favorite member. Oh, is that... Hey!
Yeah! And then he comes back and like, here's my beer. It's all that matters.
Because I saw you drinking it, and I'm like, I've got 4 of these in the fridge. I'm fucking thirsty now.
I've got 18, so...
I got 2 beers and some whiskey. That's all I got.
Oh, I got whiskey too. I got some Glenfiddich over there that I haven't popped open for like weeks.
Tell the Aussie I love him. He's got the chat up. He can see you guys. We're keeping our chat interactions minimalistic.
Let me check the chat so I can say I love you back. I love you too, Rabbitones. Yeah.
You're somebody's new dad.
Oh, okay.
Chrono's actually the youngest one in this group too, so there you go.
Yep. Everyone have a guess what my age is.
You can't spell statutory without Chrono.
They use a different alphabet in the land down under. It makes sense, I promise. Oh, how young? He is 7.
Yeah.
Just 7. They count differently down there too. It's like dog years.
But backwards.
Yeah. How old do you guys think Chrono is?
This will be a good one. This will be fun.
This will be a fun one in general. Let's just go around and let's ask chat real quick.
I don't even know. I'm sitting on pins and needles. I don't even know. I'm part of the member of this table.
Fuck this table. I'm out.
21?
21?
No.
21?
Chrono, you're what, 19, right?
No, God, no. I'm on that now.
Now, see, when we met though, he was 19 because he was drinking.
Okay, so,
he was drinking, and I was like, "There's no fucking way." And he goes, "Oh yeah, drinking age down here is like 7." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Drinking age is 18, and like, it took a few years before they stopped asking me for my ID when I went and got drinks. But it's mainly because I'm fucking covered in tattoos now, so they have to let me get it.
I'm really jealous.
I was like, okay, we see the tattoos now.
Yeah.
What's the tattoo age? 12?
Yeah. Tattoo age 12. Yeah.
You can get tattooed while still wearing your Pampers down there. So.
Yeah, straight up. If you're lucky,
get your balls
and you get your parents' permission, you come out straight from birth, and it's just like, all right, you want a tear tattoo? Sick, let's do it.
Yep, you fucking served your time. You did 9 months. So 20.
You're 1 year. All right, 1 tier.
He's either 20 or like right at 21 because we've known each other for a while now.
I'm 21.
Yep.
21.
And 21. And I'm 22 in 6 months.
So still 21. 21.
21.
6 months.
All right, now.
People like, I am 22 in this amount of time. That's how old I am. It's like, so you're this age.
You're one of those people.
So much.
I'm fucking 17 3/4.
What?
17 3/4. All right, cool.
Yep. Let me be young again.
I am 13, but carry the 5 when you do that math.
Wolf, apparently you look like the mechanic from The Expanse. I've never seen it, so I would not be able to confirm nor deny.
I have no idea.
But he's a
I also
sexy
been
son
told
of a
like
bitch.
Badger from Breaking Bad, so.
Am I
Hey,
the adult
Jesse.
in the room?
Oh,
you are the adult, Stargaze.
Oh, that's actually on point.
Damn it, I don't like Badger from Breaking Bad, motherfucker. Hey, Jesse, you got it.
Shut up, bitch.
But yeah,
Shut up, bitch.
Doom is the oldest one out of the Gamers of the Roundtable. He's 37. And
Fuck you.
Yeah, we have to cut his dick off every year in Copper Rings.
Really?
Yeah.
You're looking good for your age.
I'm actually aging like milk. I'm fucking curdling.
Not like wine, like milk.
Yeah.
You've turned into cheese at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not even because cheese is
Every
acceptable.
bitch loves-
People like cheese.
Yeah, but you like blue cheese.
Said that.
Yeah. There's a reason that Doom hasn't been involved in the channel. He's a name, but he's not there. It's just as soon as we bring him out, people are going to be like, nope, unsubscribe, I'm out, done.
Yeah.
Nope, I saw his face.
Sorry, that's my ugly cry.
I wasn't even paying attention. I just heard. It was like, what the fuck did I just miss?
We're just insulting
Hi.
Doom because, you know, we can.
Just bring it on. Bring it on.
So, has anybody gotten the new Pokemon?
Nope.
No.
Fuck
I wanted to
I
because
refuse to.
Sif is in the game.
Right? That's the whole reason I want to get it. You got to get Pokemon
All-
Sword
only
because it's
reason.
Sif. But,
I got Artorias up here.
Sip,
whole lot of people are still talking shit, but it's actually pretty good apparently. Everybody hates
Oh.
Game Freak.
I got some acid. I'll splash in some bitches' faces.
Chrono seems like he has something very particular he wants to say about Game Freak right here. He's
He's trying to think of it.
Okay.
flashback to the nuclear winter reaction video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
God.
me getting angry and everyone getting angry at me. My God, that was a train wreck. And then I played Fallout 76 for 7 days, and it got like
I saw that one.
53
I saw that
views.
one.
It's
Yeah,
a good
it got,
fucking
like-
video.
I thought it was too. I put a lot of time into it, and I'm like, all these people that crap on it, I'm
Roasted.
like, they're gonna see this. They're gonna be like, okay, we'll give them a break. And like 4 people saw it, and I was like, oh. But
Yeah, no.
I thought it was good. It was a good video. I enjoyed making that video too. But
It was a good video, and 76 is actually a pretty fun game. Pretty good game.
Bullshit. Oh, sorry, Lawson.
It
Where?
got
Where's
bad.
Lawson?
It got bad again. But back to Game Freak and what's going on there. So when I saw the reveal, like when they were revealing what the new Pokemon looked like, the new starters and stuff like that back whenever, I was like, oh, okay, these look very plain. They don't look very experimental. They look like just way too basic for me. And then they showed like what the legendaries would look like, and I thought, okay, cool. It's dogs, giant wolves with a shield and a sword. I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. Because I like the like Entei, and I like Suicune, and I like those ones.
And Raikou, the three
and Raikou.
dog.
Yeah,
I love them. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then I saw the gameplay reveals and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, this looks basically like it was on the 3DS. There's no new sort of stuff to it. I mean, Pokemon like what was it, Colosseum and no
Shadow XD, Gale of Darkness, and Colosseum.
Yeah. Those looked better than the current one does. They might be a bit of a hot button topic or whatever, but I feel like they kind of downgraded with this game.
Where's my trigger warning? I'm triggered right now.
Yeah,
actually,
I got an air horn. I can just turn on the air horn sound.
Do that, but no, he's right. Like if you looked at even last year's, I think the Aloha. No, not the wait. It might
Pokemon Sun and Moon sucked.
Yeah,
well, here's the
I
thing. It's I don't necessarily mind that they started tweaking with like the original ones, like because I don't mind that the Raichu one where he's surfing on his tail. I'm like, you know what? I'll fuck with that. That looks cute. However, like the new Pokemon that they started to make, like I haven't gotten the new games, Sword and Shield, but it sounds like their Pokemon or their new ones are just like very plain and they kind of suck. And that's kind of how I felt with the last game too, because literally like one of the Pokemon is a Mimic. It's just this mysterious Pokemon that throws the shirt a little like a blanket on, and it's supposed to be a Pikachu, but it's not.
It's a Mimikyu.
And it's like that is like literally the only Pokemon that I remembered from those games, just because I was like, what the fuck's that? Everything else
like a mix of like a ghost type.
Yeah, and like they started making keys. Like keys are now like Pokemon. A lantern is now Pokemon. I didn't know we were in. I didn't know we were in Beauty of the Beast. I didn't know that.
Klefki was a stupid fucking Pokemon.
It's like I don't know. They're just.
I like
they
Mimikyu.
haven't really been trying that, or they just ran out of animals. And
well, they did. They ran out back in like Gen 4.
iPhone Monster Man. It's like where we're going.
And why is it that like okay, so Generation 4, because that was the last one that I really enjoyed was Generation 4.
Diamond and Pearl.
Dialga, all them.
Yeah.
Diamond and Pearl was great. I loved Giratina in his forms. He was fucking sick. And then after that, it seemed like they really started to run out of ideas. Like, oh, what animals can we base it on? And I'm like, it's like I'm not creative in an artistic sense. But I feel like you can come up with something better. Like, how many characters are going to end up looking like Politoed? Like, it's ridiculous how many look similar, but I feel like you could just do something. There's got to be something that you can change. Like, get a dragon and make its wings, like, look like Crobats, and then have its tail another Pokemon on the end of it or something like that.
So you want to create a fucking Chimera?
Yeah, create a Chimera. Create... freaking what's the face from Full Metal Alchemist?
No, oh no, do not go there! We do not talk about that!
On your tongue?
Fucking rather talk about politics than that shit. We're not going there. But, no, I'll tell you, the worst...
Alright, I'm the best at politics.
The worst designed Pokemon I have ever seen. And this is why I stopped playing Black and White, because I thought it was so fucking stupid. Was Garbodor, or whatever. The fucking garbage bags that they turned into. They literally made trash.
Yeah.
Just garbage. My trash mon.
I loved Pokemon X and Y. X and Y were great.
That was a good game.
But the last one I played that I liked was Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Those were the last ones I played that I enjoyed because I love Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, Gen 3 was the best, hands down. Emerald is the greatest Pokemon game they ever made.
I like Yellow. I'm OG.
Nothing wrong with respecting the OG.
Mainly because you got Pikachu to follow you.
I mean, you can clearly see the peak and then the decline of Pokemon. Like, the first 3 generations are dearly beloved. And then, like, 4 was good, but some people were like, eh.
It's like X and Y, they were here. And then after X and Y, they just started,
Yeah. I never even bothered with Black and White 2 because I never finished Black because I came across Trubbish. Thank you, Rabbit. And I was like, no, I'm done. And I put it down, and I was like, I'm fucking done.
Trubbish is rubbish.
Yeah, literally.
It's absolutely rubbish.
So, I mean, I still want to get Sword and Shield. I'm excited that they're doing things on the Switch, and this might have just been testing the waters, I guess, trying to see what they could push the Switch with.
Testing the waters was the I Choose You games, wasn't it? Pikachu and Eevee? Those were technically
they redid a whole lot. And I mean, let's go Pikachu and Eevee. They're fun. They're good remastering of the first gen. But
I didn't like the catching thing. But
I didn't like the fact that it was Pokemon Go mixed in with it. I wanted actual Pokemon battles.
That was weird.
But apparently, like, this new World Hub way that they're doing it is comparable and also drastically different. I don't own it, so I don't know. But I want to get it.
Really quick. Have any of y'all played Pokken Tournament?
I played it for like 2 hours at my buddy's house.
Now, wouldn't it be awesome if they made a Pokemon game, but the battling system was like what it was in Pokken Tournament?
Yeah.
So it's like you have those like dazed moments where it's like, oh, now you can throw a Pokeball. Like it's like Mortal Kombat's like fatality stuff. Like you do like a dash, like I don't know, right trigger, and it's like Pokeball, and then you try to catch them.
Fantastic, because that would be like bringing the anime to life type.
Yeah.
Because like the fighting system, the turn-based RPG, you can't go wrong with turn-based. It's fun, but if you had a bit more of a hands-on feel with the Pokemon, where you are running around like it is Pokken Tournament, but you have the full roster of like Pokemon to choose from, and you can customize them and stuff, I feel like that would be fantastic.
Literally, just take your.
I'd have to pull it back a little bit, of course, because but I mean, it would be fantastic. It would be a lot of fun to do that.
I think what you do is you take the Pokemon and then you make it like a Dragon Ball Z video game, where like those old games where you can have the one-on-ones. So it's like, your Pikachu, you're facing Mewtwo. Like, Mewtwo has to come down every once in a while, and you can just jump up and zap him down out of the sky. Like, there's certain things that they can do. But, they have done turn-based games like, 12, 14, 15 games now? Yeah. And then they tried to mix it up with I Choose You, and it was the Pokemon Go,
it's Let's system. Go. It's Pokemon Let's Go.
Let's Go, yeah. And, it's just, it would, if they could just make the fighting more interesting. I like the hands-on fighting. That's why I like Dark Souls so much, because it's like I don't have to wait. I could just go.
Dark Souls,
somebody's asshole,
pinnacle,
just
perfection.
Just run up there. So
I'm honestly surprised though that Nintendo hasn't tapped more into the Pokemon franchise. Like Plumfiggle and I both would love sequel, remaster, something of Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and Colosseum, like we talked about. How we don't have Pokemon Snap 2 yet blows my fucking mind. Especially with the Switch and the gyro sensor in there. Like, you could take that out. Almost like Pokemon Go. Everybody wanted Pokemon Snap 2. And I always just wanted, like, one big Omega Pokemon game. You start in the Kanto region, and you beat the Elite Four and Team Rocket, and then you go to the Johto region, and you have to beat that Elite Four and their team, and then you get to the Hoenn. Like, I wanted an Omega game where you go through all regions, fight all the teams, capture all the Pokemon, all the legendaries.
I like that. However, I think I know why they wouldn't do that.
I mean, you'd be max level 100 by the time you get to like fucking Gen 3, and you still have 7 more gens to go. But that's when you start power leveling your other Pokemon.
You'd have to start like fighting like level 1 gyms in the next region while you're already level like 60. So
I feel like a way to sort of combat that is that depending on the region that you go to, you have to use the Pokemon suitable to that region. But when it comes to the Elite Four, you can just down with whatever you want. And I mean, it wouldn't be that far-fetched to do it, because when you look at the size of the regions and stuff in the original games, if you just take them, make them that size, make them with the graphics of hopefully better than the most recent one, Sword and Shield, it could work. I mean, look at Breath of the Wild. That's a huge game.
Yes, Rabbit.
And there's a lot that you can do it. Sure, it is very open, and there isn't much going between. There would be a lot more to go between.
Breath of the Wild is incredible, though.
It is. They could do it. It could be done. It's just a matter of they have to take initiative, or they have to hear people. Like, I feel like just us bringing that up is probably the first amount of people who have thought that putting these sort of things together would be fantastic in a Pokemon.
Well, like, just nostalgia sells.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they keep on going back to the original 151.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the remasters of games that we're getting from 20 years ago, or even just last gen. Nostalgia sells. So, but let's go ahead and make Doom feel old real quick. What was the last Pokemon game that you played?
Last one that I played, like actually played,
Yeah.
Crystal.
probably yeah, like Silver.
Oh,
and
fuck yeah.
Those were good, though. Those were good.
Those
Way
were
back
good.
in the
Those
day.
were good ones to end on. Those are good to end on.
But here's the thing, though. Like I tried Ruby and Sapphire. I pretty much tried
Those weren't
almost
bad.
all of them all the way up. I just couldn't. I don't know. It's like red, blue, yellow, gold, and silver. After that, I just couldn't. It's like the magic was caught. There it was. That's the Pokemon universe in a microcosm. After that, I started seeing like you were Pokemon. Like I'm like, the hell is going on here? Like it's just kind of like, really? This is where we're going?
Yeah.
So
It was funny because when I was my first Pokemon game, we didn't have a lot of money, so I couldn't get a AAA release as often as I wish I could. And I could never get my hands on like a proper copy of Ruby or Sapphire or anything. So we used
Nice.
to go to like flea markets and pick up little versions of the game. And I picked up one which was called Pokemon Frigo Returns or something like that. And it's literally just a port of Pokemon Ruby, except all the Pokemon are like the actual not avatars.
Lex, we're actually going to talk about that.
What is it? The little characters. They've been swapped out for new ones. There was one that looked like dude from the Sonic games. Blue dude. Very
Sonic.
Sonic?
no.
The fucking blue guy in Sonic. What was his name?
Now?
The blue guy. Honestly, I think his name was Chaos or something like that. He looked like that. There was.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know, yeah, the mech. Was it the mech or was it like the watery blue guy?
The watery blue guy. It looked exactly like him. It was the most broken game I ever played, and you get to a point where you're going to go through a tunnel, and I'm pretty sure it takes you to one of the main cities in Ruby. But you get into the tunnel, and the game just crashes. On the GBA, a game crashes. And I'm like, oh, okay, because if you've ever had a game that's crashed on a GBA, it is the most horrifying sound you'll ever hear because it'll be like, ding, dong, dong, you know?
Fucking dial-up tone.
it's fucking possessed.
Okay. I want to dive in real quick because we just had a question from chat that was actually really good, and this ought to be a fun hot topic.
Yep.
What is the best Disney movie?
Let it go, let it go.
All right, you.
Are we going Pixar
Get the
or are we
fuck
going
outta
Disney?
here. Disney, not Pixar.
Just-
Disney.
For
Oh,
me,
that's kind of hard then, because shit, they own everything. So you'd like, is it a Marvel movie? No, we're talking about Disney. Oh, so Star Wars? No, we're talking about Disney.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, so
Farsender said
no, from
Spider-Man
Disney.
Far From Home, but I'm talking like, all right, mine is Lion King.
Disney original films.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lion King.
Lion King.
For me, so I.
Doom, I'm
I
actually
have
really
an
happy we
obsession
agree
with
on that.
Tangled.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look up what counts as a Disney movie now.
Fox and the
Anything
Hound is
that was
also an
originally
incredible film, Loop. I love Fox and the Hound.
Is Brave
Me?
Little Toaster? Is that a Disney movie?
Yeah, that's a Disney movie.
Oh, okay. Brave Little Toaster is a solid movie.
For me, I'm gonna go Tangled or 101 Dalmatians or.
Tangled is great. 101 Dalmatians is great.
Yeah, I love.
What about the original
Fantasia,
animated?
Fantasia.
Really, Fantasia? Really?
I love Fantasia. Yeah. Oh wait, was it Fantasia 2000? One of them. One of them was really good.
I don't know.
It's one of the Tasias. One of the Tasias.
It's one of the Tasias. It could be Fan.
Wait,
it could be
no.
Can, it could be Sans.
See, that's the thing. Like for me, like I have a solid pick, but it's technically a Disney Pixar movie, so it can't be it.
Yeah. You got to pick Disney. If we're gonna go Disney Pixar, I'd have to say for me, Toy Story 2 or The Incredibles.
What about the original
Can we just-
animated Robin Hood? That was Disney, right?
Yeah.
With the fox and
Yeah,
Marianne and all
yeah,
that?
was-
Disney.
Yeah, I love that one too. That's a great film.
I was never crazy about that one.
Really?
Yeah, that was just not something like.
Like Fantasia. What's up?
Nah, fuck him.
I drink by myself to Fantasia.
You know, like for me, Lion King always stood out. Like that's grade A Disney animation. Like when people think about Disney, it's fucking boom right there near the top.
Mhm.
Snow White was always good, even as old as it was. Like
It was
I grew-
groundbreaking. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen this? Have you seen the original cells of that movie?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible to look at. Oh my god.
and then Beauty and the Beast was another one of my favorites. I
Hey
love
Kiwi,
Beauty.
great to see you. But no, I mean, there's
Really? No one on Beauty and the Beast? I'm just alone on that one. No.
No, Beauty
I,
and the Beast
I
is
like
good.
Beauty and the Beast. It's good.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. for me.
I'm not as passionate about Beauty and the Beast as I am about Lion King, but Beauty and the Beast is a good film.
One that I remembered actually going back and watching, like when I was a child, Bambi. Bambi was actually pretty solid.
I never got the hype with Bambi. Even growing up, I was like, oh.
I love the first 5 minutes.
Yes, but like I watched, like this was like I think one of my first takes with like Disney. So it was like I was sitting there watching it, and I'm just like, oh, look at this. All right, well, now there's just another deer. Okay, cool. Hey, that rabbit's cute.
That for me is there. Who here watches Friends? I like Friends, the TV series.
I fucking love Friends.
That's a great line. That's a great line. And he was like, he said about it. He was like, they were like, oh, didn't you cry when you watched Bambi? And he was like, yes, I was really sad when the guy stopped drawing the deer.
Yep.
It kills me because it's true. It's like, I got feels because of an animation. Someone drew that.
I love Friends.
I'm sorry. The most tear-jerking moment, I don't care what anyone says, if you don't agree, you're wrong. Simba and his dad.
Bro, it's so fucking heartbreaking.
Dude, I watched
We still cry.
I still do.
The live action one, I didn't cry as much, but like I was like,
it just doesn't hit as hard as the animated one did.
There's no character, like there's no real character to it.
Well, because all right, you got to think lions and those creatures are not meant to be, so their mouths just look like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all they're doing.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Well, talking about tear-jerking moments, what would you say is like the saddest moment in movie history, like that made you cry?
In movie
history.
We can bring like 3 of them up.
Okay, cool. Okay. The first 3 minutes of Up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So fuck y'all if y'all disagree on that one.
Okay.
Like, that was a roller coaster.
Yeah, the first Up fucks you up. I Am Legend.
Yeah, the dog.
Just that one part, though. Yeah, that one
part. I'm talking moments, not the whole movie. But dude, the dog.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I want to try and keep my weeabooness out of the way because I like a lot of the heartbreaking scenes that I get have been from anime.
Yes, that one too.
Have you seen anyone here seen Your Name?
No.
Fantastic film. Fantastic film. I can't really say it because it's a spoiler, but there's a scene right at the very end. It's like everything's coming together, everything's getting good, and then it just clicks, and it's like, ah! Oh, and also Pokemon the first movie.
Yes.
Yo!
I watched that movie. I watched it recently because I bought a gold collection of the first 3 movies, and I was watching it. I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm a 21-year-old. I watch it, and I'm sitting there, and when the scene starts, tears are rolling down my eyes, and I'm like,
it's still fucking heartbreaking, dude.
Dude, it is. Oh my god! Did you see they tried to reboot? I think the original Pokemon movie too. I can't remember what it was.
I Choose You.
That one, that one wasn't even bad too. Like Chris and I were just like, I'm not crying, you're crying. Like they actually did like that entire movie was just nothing but a fucking roller coaster.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god. Green Mile also got me.
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I fell asleep during Green Mile.
I can't think of like movies that actually like made me like cry or well up. Like I don't know. Like I'm just devoid of certain emotions and like
we're aware.
Like, certain things are gonna get me.
Fucking Satanist.
Can I bring up a?
I bet if the devil stubbed his toe, you'd be like, Daddy, he hurt himself.
Yeah. I would.
There's a really weird one. It's an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh god.
Have you seen Click?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sad.
It sort of made me cry a little bit. It wouldn't cry now, but it made me cry then.
Everything passed them by and all that shit. Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
And also, 100 dates, 100 first dates, 50 first dates, 50 first dates.
That didn't do nothing.
Yeah, that gets me. That's a good one.
First Star Wars movie, my favorite Star Wars. First Star Wars movie is the best. Phantom Menace.
There we go. Shit, I gotta keep watching this one, so Doom's above me.
Doom is above you, yes.
Yeah, anything that has to do with animals, like, I don't care. Like, if anyone knows me, like, I got 2 piggies at the house, and if anything goes wrong with them, I'm like, no, you're gonna live! You're gonna live, damn it! You're gonna... And it's like, they got a spinner or something. You're gonna live, damn it!
It's the animals that really get me. Like, and that's why I hated...
I hurt my nail.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just because you'll see dogs die in movies a lot, but generally it's off screen. You'll hear the yelp, and then the dog's dead. But to watch Will Smith have to kill Sam, I was like, nah, dude.
Spoiler alert.
We already talked about it. It's been out for what?
It came out
13 years.
It's old. It's old. That's all right. It's like I hate it when people
dead
are
dogs.
like,
Someone called John Wick. That shit too. The beginning of
John
John Wick.
That.
I have not seen any of the John Wicks.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They're fantastic. They are so good, dude.
The first one's really good. The second one is like, it's pretty good, but obviously they want to start doing more action-based thing. And then 3 is just like, what can we do?
I haven't seen 3 yet. I watched 1 and 2 and really enjoyed them. I have not seen Parabellum.
I've seen Parabellum.
No spoilers because some people in chat haven't seen them.
1 was good.
1 was good. Number 2 for me, I still enjoyed it, but Ruby Rose pissed me off too much. I hate Ruby Rose as enough. So, and then Parabellum, it was very action-packed, really cool, had some really great moments. The story was, pretty John Wicky.
Put a pencil through
and there's a part near the end where you're just like, no.
Yeah.
No. You know the part I'm talking about.
Yeah, just like, what?
You're like, how? Like
no.
Why
are we doing this? Oh, I know why, because we're going to make a 4th movie.
Yeah, and a TV series, but the TV series technically takes place beforehand. But either way, I'm
Jesus
still
Christ,
keen
not
to
a damn
see
TV series.
I mean, they're turning everything into a TV series, but let's just talk about the fact that Sly Cooper was supposed to be turned into a TV series like fucking 6 years ago, and I still don't have it, so...
No one cares about that, but speaking of TV series, dude, has anyone watched the new Watchmen?
Nope.
I haven't.
Oh,
what is it?
The new Watchmen. Like, based on the
HBO.
novel? No. Alright, so I'm not going to say anything then. All I'm going to say is highly, highly, highly recommended. Don't listen to all the outside chatter with like, oh, it's libtards and all this and blah, 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 blah. Dude, the show is brutal. I still don't know what the fuck's going on. It's great. I am fully like ignoring.
I still have no fucking idea what's going on. I am 13 episodes in and God fuck me, I don't know.
I think tomorrow night is like the 5th episode, and like you can see how they're doing really good work. Like everything is just like going a certain direction. And if you watch the movie or you've read any part of the graphic novels, you have a somewhat idea of what's going on. And I highly recommend if anyone watches it to at least watch the movie, because then you'll be on like level ground. So at least you can have an idea of what's going on.
Okay, man. I've seen the movie. I own the movie.
Yeah, I've seen Watchmen. I just haven't seen the new series. I also haven't seen anything on Disney Plus because I don't have it. So like everybody's blowing up about the Mandalorian, and I'm like,
the Mandalorian is we're definitely in some good TV right there. I fucking just brain stopped working for a sec.
I haven't seen a bad thing said about the Mandalorian yet.
I couldn't watch it through Disney Plus because we don't have it in Australia yet. So I watch it through other means, NordVPN. I watched the first episode, but I haven't watched the second one yet. But the first episode, I was watching, I'm like, hang on, why does this feel like Star Wars? Because it's been a while. Like, I enjoyed Solo. I did. But it still didn't, it felt like, I was like, yeah, it's just fan service. And then, don't even get me started on The Last Jedi.
Dude, this whole new trilogy of Star Wars has been disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Force Awakens. I can still get behind the Force Awakens. Yeah. I enjoyed that. But then, I know it's a hot topic sort of thing, but when you talk about The Last Jedi and the fact that it's very catered towards a certain demographic.
I liked The Last Jedi more than The Force Awakens because we got to see him come back. I'm still being relatively vague, just in case anybody still hasn't seen it.
Where are you?
I'm below you. I'm below
Everybody flip off Freak. Okay, yeah.
And also,
we have to
continue.
I'm very mad about how it ended.
Phantom Menace.
Yes, because Phantom Menace was so fucking good, dude.
No,
it is the best Star Wars. Qui-Gon is a boss. Obi-Wan's a boss. Darth Maul's a motherfucking boss.
That alone, like completely. Nah, you got nowhere to talk now. You can stop.
Oh my god.
Get it? Empire. I'm out.
Don't buy Disney Plus. It should not exist. Do not support it. Why not? For $15 a month, I get all the fucking Marvel movies, their new series that they're gonna do, all the Star Wars stuff, all the movies. Disney owns everything in the world now.
Plus, for that $15, you're talking about also being able to watch Hulu and ESPN.
Wait, Disney it comes with Hulu?
that $12 you're talking about is a bundle. Disney Plus actually only costs $7.
Oh,
Yeah,
because I've got
it's only
Hulu and
$7.
Netflix. I don't have HBO
Yeah.
or Disney Plus.
Yeah, so
I
HBO
got
is
it.
like an additional $5, I think, on Disney Plus at the moment.
I think I
But yeah,
really
that-
triggered Chrono. Like, he's fucking gone.
He's getting another beer.
Wait. I thought I just heard him in the background, like, still yelling. God.
Ooh, I gotta ask him what camera he has right there. Oh,
Yeah,
shit, I was
there he
going
is.
the wrong direction.
With another beer. Hey! Cheers.
Told you.
But no, we got Disney Plus for free for being a Verizon member. So that's
Wait, okay, hold on. Before you go into
Empire.
that, we're. I mean, you were a pre-existing. Oh, okay, wait, never mind. You had unlimited. I think the unlimited plan probably. Okay, yeah. Because Chris's carrier is Verizon. They were like, no, you can't get it, and it's because they didn't have the unlimited plan. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, right now we have a Fire Stick, so I mean, Dale knows what that means. Chrono might know what that means. So like, we can watch whatever movie we want to. So kind of Disney Plus, really, we don't need it because
Yeah.
all the stuff we can watch it anyway.
I think we're getting way too many different streaming services. Like the fact that Friends and The Office is getting pulled, so that CBS or some stupid shit
CBS is coming out
can
with
start their own network thing, and like Netflix is losing a lot of rights to its shows. Hulu's getting shows pulled, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $15 a month on 6 different platforms. Like, sorry guys.
So basically, we cut cords for cable for everyone to make their own streaming service, and then basically get cable.
And now I'm sitting here just going, fuck, cable's the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is,
With the TiVo, so you can just fast forward through commercials.
like, if you've got every single one of those streaming services, you're paying way more than cable.
Yeah.
Or over here, we've got Foxtel, which is the most money-grabbing piece of technology ever. It is just a set-top box that is like cable, except you've got to pay extra for all the channels, and it ends up costing you like $150 a month. But with all these streaming services coming out, you got Apple Plus, you got Disney Plus, you got Netflix. Over here, you got one called Stan, and there's Hulu,
Crunchyroll,
HBO, Crunchyroll, Anime Lab. There are so many. By the end, you're paying a lot more than you would have on cable. And like, sure, there are certain things that you would get that you, and I guess the way that they get you is because it's free browsing. It isn't just, hey, this is on right now, you can watch it. You can pick whatever you want to watch. But the issue is, there is so much garbage on these streaming services. And then when you're like, hey, there's actually some good movies on here, they pull it and replace it with more Netflix originals.
Well, I will say, though, I respect and have been enjoying what both Hulu and Netflix are doing in regards to originals. Like, The Haunting of Hill House is incredible. Mindhunters is incredible.
I have to see it.
I mean,
I haven't watched it.
Netflix is putting out some good shit because they're like, all right, we're losing Friends, we're losing The Office.
Too fucking much. They're putting out way too much, so it's like
it doesn't cost them anything. Like, they're paying for it, but it's coming back into them.
That's the thing. Like, when they first started making their own original stuff, it was one at a time, so you would know when something new was coming out, and then you could digest it and go either, oh, that was really good, and they always focused on quality. And now it's just like, all right, it's a new month, guys, so 6 different fucking shows that you never heard of, and like a month later, it's like, all right, that's getting canceled, that's getting canceled, that's getting canceled.
I am mad that they canceled the Santa Clarita Diet.
Me too. That was a good show. It was weird, but it was good.
Dude, it had Timothy Olyphant. But I mean, it's just because of all this resurgence. They're like, all right, we gotta outcompete them. Like, let's make sure we got a steady stream of original, decent content coming out. Because I mean, CBS is gonna go up. They're gonna kill it for maybe a month because the Friends in Office, and that's it. I don't imagine them staying relevant long at all.
I wonder if people would actually buy that streaming service just to watch like nothing but reruns of Friends in the Office.
Oh yeah, they would.
I wonder.
It's funny because
that's like buying Fox just to watch Family Guy.
Which is on Hulu, so.
Yeah, which is on Hulu, right up there with Rick and Morty, which is the only reason why I have Hulu.
Always Sunny and Archer are on Hulu, so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And South Park, every episode of South Park, so.
For us, I have Hulu Sunny and Archer, and a lot of those shows are on Netflix here.
Not anymore. They got pulled from the US Netflix.
Yeah, but not here, not Australia.
Because they're also still on Canadian Netflix.
Yeah.
It's literally just the US getting fucked.
Yeah. I really want to get Hulu, but I can't get Hulu, and it's actually disappointing because there are so many shows that are on Hulu that you just can't watch anywhere else in Australia. And sure, VPN helps, but if you don't find the right network to stream through, you're screwed. You're going to be watching at 240p where it stutters every 5 seconds.
Oh, that sounds fun. But yeah, we have Hulu Plus with live TV, so it's like it was like $45, and that's like we have cable.
I have it. Yeah, that's
yeah. We and now I don't know if you got the email today, Dale, but they're going up to $55 a month.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I got it as effective as December 12th. I think they're going to go up to $55 a month.
I get free Hulu.
Assholes. like goddamn.
Okay, but
we have
steering
free.
Steering back towards the gaming stuff, I do have a question for all of you guys, because this ought to be an interesting hot topic one, or just we're all gonna lynch the same game. What is the worst game you have ever played?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna think about that because I've played a lot of trash heap games, and it's gonna be very subjective because it's for my own reasons. So I'll let you guys think because I gotta really make sure.
Fallout 76.
Loopster. Yeah. I guess you haven't been seeing all the Fallout content I've been putting out on YouTube. Damn.
Hey, Loopster. Fallout 76.
I'm gonna make a sequel to my video, and it's.
There we go.
But at the end of your 7 days of enjoying it, you were like, "It's actually a fun game now. I enjoy it."
No, it was
Gears of War Judgment, hands down. Gears of War Judgment was garbage, but I will say Brink is probably the worst game I've ever fucking played.
I'll tell you some bullshit about the Fallout 76 thing, is because on the 6th day, everything was going good, and I was like, okay, I'm down the store, I'm gonna go pick up a copy of it for $9, and then just pre-record the ending and say, yes, it's good. And then the last day happened, and the server crashed like 100 times, everything was glitching, I lost weapons, I lost items, objectives weren't popping up. I'm like, well, fuck, I've got to say I like it now, because I already recorded it.
And I'll tell you why that happened. Because Doom and I haven't really had that issue with Xbox. And it's because Bethesda fucking hates Sony. And Sony sucks.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I mean, just look at the Skyrim fiasco. Because there was supposed to be a 4th DLC with Skyrim. And because of the Sony issues, they just said, screw it, we're done. We're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like my PlayStation. I love the exclusives. I like playing the games.
I heard it was y'all were playing on Xbox, so I guess Chrono is playing on PlayStation?
Yeah, Chrono played it on
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Apparently PlayStation and PC ports, they were fucked. Like, they were just riddled with bugs. Anytime they made a patch, it fucked everything up that they fixed.
Exactly. Anytime, I'm like, cool, there's a patch out, I can play it, and then I start playing it.
It is still broken.
I'm really happy you and I are playing it on Xbox too.
It is insane.
Yeah, really, right?
It is literally, when it started, it was, here's a $60 game, everything's broken. We put out a patch. We put out another patch, like a day 2 patch. Here's a day 1. Here's a day 2. Broke that.
Yeah, because a week after it came out, I had to do a 100 gig update.
Yeah.
And that's why I stopped playing, because I was like, I don't have that space.
Then, like in their conference, and this is where we're gonna get into like microtransactions and shit in video games, and like Freak's okay with it. Doom's like, it's a necessary evil, like you could live without it. I think we had that conversation like 2 years ago. Maybe your opinion
Pay
changed.
to win is bullshit.
Not sure.
Paying for cosmetics, totally fine with it.
Here's the thing though, like Fallout was like, okay guys, don't worry, like all the stuff that you're gonna buy is cosmetic only. It's gonna have no gameplay advantages, no nothing. Here's the store. Guess what? If you want to buy a blue color, it costs $18. Or you want to buy some weapons and some outfits that actually scale to your abilities and make you better. Oh wait, what did you say about not making content that is pay to win or pay to be better? And like, there's like, oh, well, fuck that. And then they just started selling it. And it's not even, it doesn't even end there. And then it was the whole, it was the collector's edition nylon trash bag that was supposed to be canvas.
Yo, but the helmet is pretty wicked. I've worn one, I can tell you.
Yeah, hold on, we're going to get to a helmet. There was the Nuka Dark Rum bottle that was supposed to be in a actual missile bottle, and then they just made the matte black bottle, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? You said it was supposed to be a glass bottle of this," and they're like, "Oh, well, it would have cost more," and then just been like, "But you promised us this."
Yeah, but and did they also pay like an astronomical amount for that?
Yeah, they paid $80 for like literally like 12 ounces of rum. Yep. Like it was pretty bad. That and getting to freak your helmet. GameStop, they had the Nuka-Cola helmets, and then they had to recall them because where they stored them, had mold
right.
and asbestos.
I want to pause real quick. If we're going to talk about GameStop and companies fucking up collector's editions, I just want to take a quick second to talk about my goddamn Batman Arkham Knight Batmobile that I didn't get! And they wouldn't give me the other one with like the Batman statue. They were just like, here's a standard edition of the game. Why would you fucking store wet paint? Like, you know what's gonna happen. They're like, everything we made is garbage now. And I was like, I hate my life.
The best part about this story here is I worked with Freak at the time. I was the one that had to break that to him and check the... I said, hey, you might want to check the emails about your collector's edition. He looked at it, and it was just pure... He was a broken man right from there. It was
paid off. It was done. You all know I fucking love Batman. I was so excited for Arkham Knight, and then I get shit on. Anyways, so back to Fallout 76 and their collection. I just wanted to broach that subject.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, just 76 has... It's just tumbled. It is technically... Okay, so basically, it is still a broken game. And everybody in the community was saying, can you please bring us NPCs? They said, okay, we're going to make an expansion where we bring at least one NPC in. And they're like, great, okay, could you also give us like better storage and better this, that, and the other thing? And they said, sure, they said basically we're going to do free updates. And then they turned around and said, okay, if you want to be able to make and save more crafting stuff, you have to pay.
Rabbit.
And then, like, everything has been nickel, dime. Hey, guys, you want your own server? Okay, well, you could pay $100 for Fallout First and get your own server that are private. And then people bought that, and guess what? The servers weren't private. People could just join in on the servers.
It's just it's $12 a month. A lot of Bethesda launched it awfully with their announcement because somebody's like, why the fuck would you spend $100? You can spend $100 for a year.
But I still would never pay $12 a month for a shitty fucking game.
I paid for the ESO membership for over a year. Loved it. Still play it. Literally played it the other day.
Well, that was like the game done right. That's what Fallout 76 should have been.
But look at ESO's launch. It got just as much hate as 76. 76 just hit its 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, and at least ESO, when it hit their 1 year anniversary, it at least had some things going for it. This is like, it is still broken. You go into boss fights, and the bosses still aren't even there. They'll be invisible.
Yeah. Oh, I hate it. I remember I moved my base, I moved my little fortress, because I just kept getting, like, spawn killed by a whole bunch of people want to get in. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to move it up to this mountain place. Nothing in sight. It's just quiet, dead. And then I built everything up, and I'm like, okay, cool. This took me, like, an hour to build everything, get it all nice, I'm all comfortable, awesome. And then one of those big fucking scorch beasts is now spawning above me for eternity!
I can solve all of your Fallout 76.
He's gonna say come to Xbox.
I got rid of my game. I sold it the other day. I sold that and 2 other games just to pick up a $20 game. Because I
would buy one to break it and then buy another one just to sell it.
Okay. Yeah. All right, we beat it down on Fallout 76 enough. I love it. But, Chrono, what's the worst game you've ever played?
So, one that just came to mind is Duke Nukem Forever.
Okay, that one was pretty bad. That one was really bad.
I have never played a single Duke Nukem ever, but I have heard nothing but fantastic things about Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah,
just like 10 out of 10, game of the year, going down in history.
It opens with you getting a head job by 2 twins. And then you start picking up your shit and throwing it places. And the thing that got me is that I liked Duke Nukem 3D. I thought that was a fantastic game. It was very Doom feel and stuff. Yep. And then I wasn't like really aware of any of it going around the development hell that it went through because I was young. But when I started to hear about it, I think it was like 2006, I was like, oh, cool, okay, I understand this stuff now. I can't wait for this game to come out. And then I kept waiting. And when it was finally announced, I picked it up day one. I didn't read any reviews. I'm like, yes, I love Duke Nukem. This is going to be fun. Grabbed it on Xbox 360. I put it in, and I'm like, oh, I was stunned. I'm like, this is the worst piece of shit I've ever played. When was that? 2012? I was...
Duke Nukem Forever was
I was like 13, 14. I was 13 or 14. Oh, 2011, even worse.
The funny part about that game is it was put out by Gearbox.
Yep.
Gearbox was the one that was putting it out, so Gearbox has had a reputation. Of course, I think Borderlands came out like right before that. Like that's when the first Borderlands came out. This was the second game that Gearbox was supposed to be under, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got this. We're gonna bring Duke back to his glory and this, that, and the other." And you're just like, "All right, well, you did, Borderlands, so I trust you." And then I did the same thing. I didn't buy it day one, but I think I bought it like maybe a day or two later. And I didn't watch reviews at the time, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, because the thing is that Gearbox didn't touch the game. Gearbox really did nothing. They basically took the development package from what was it, Interactive Software, or who was it?
Could be wrong.
ID.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Was it ID?
No, ID at that time was doing Rage.
Yeah, okay. It was one of those companies, but they went under, and so they were like, okay, we'll take this development package and we'll just sweeten it up, make it a bit better, so that way we can just release it, get it out of our hands. Gearbox did nothing for it. They literally just published the game.
Yeah, which is a subsidiary of 2K anyway, so they were like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we'll be fine. And to be fair, it didn't flop. Like, the game sucked, but it made the money. It made enough money for its, like, sort of frame. But after all the reviews started coming out and everything, that's when it just tanked. Like, I literally saw Duke Nukem the other day in the store for $2. And I'm like, the lowest that you can sell games for in Australia, I think is like $8. And I literally saw it at a cheap bin for $2 because no one wants it.
Fucking GameStop sells games for 99 cents.
Well, they did it more.
But yeah, Duke Nukem is one of the worst. And another one. Now this is where it gets a bit difficult. But for me, I really hated Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Haven't played it because I never finished Origins, so I was like, let me hold up before I get to Odyssey.
So I love Origins.
I do too, like, okay, and cool. There's so much shit to do in it, and that's why I haven't finished it.
I finished it, I 100%ed it, got all the trophies, took me 88 hours, so I was keen for Odyssey.
I know, I was blown away too, Lex. Jeremy, good to see you.
Odyssey it's a Witcher game, but a bad one. It's not Assassin's Creed. It's literally The Witcher with a few superpowers. You literally have, like, I mean, to be fair, in Origins, you have, like, this big kick and stuff that you can do. You've got, like, a few little things that you can do in Origins that they brought over into Odyssey. But Odyssey, for me, it wasn't an Assassin's Creed game. And to be fair, it wasn't a bad game by any means. It played well, it looked well. But for me, the whole idea of branching story paths that all led into the same spot, so it was a lie.
Yeah, I hate that when your choices don't affect the story at all.
Yeah, and
that's why Mass Effect was great.
You don't even get a hidden blade, though.
The whole game?
Yeah, the whole game. You have to buy the DLC, which is called, the first hidden blade. It's literally not an Assassin's Creed game.
I fucking love Assassin's Creed, and this is killing me.
Exactly. Like, I played Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations 3, and 4 recently, and I was like, okay, because I love Origins, I want to go back and play these ones. I'm like, where did they fuck up? Like, where did they go, okay, everybody loves The Witcher.
3 sucked.
I actually, because I got the remastered version, and they fixed a lot of the issues.
I haven't played it yet.
I liked the direction they went, but yeah, the gameplay, like, in general, was just kind of lackluster.
Like, they had such a great time period, they had such great possibilities with Washington and everything, and Connor is just the worst, most useless, dumb sack of shit.
Oh my god.
What would you have me do?
You're just watching all
Bro, Ezio shows more emotion. Like, oh
and
my
then just
god.
You have Connor just, alright. I'm gonna go kill that white guy.
He's my father, and this person killed my village. I must take them out.
Yeah,
like, okay, just calm down a second there, you prepubescent.
He was so
I will say,
bad.
I will go out on a limb, and I can't guarantee this. I'm just gonna guess that if Assassin's Creed 3 had come out at a different time, following a different assassin, I might not have hated it so much, because Ezio was just an incredible character.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very tough act to follow up, so when they did 3 Ezio games and then gave us Connor, I was like, you suck.
Yeah.
But if
they didn't even give us 3. They did, I thought they broke it up, and
no, they did Assassin's
Connor,
Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and then Assassin's Creed 3.
That's right, they did do that.
Because Assassin's Creed 3 is really Assassin's Creed 5, and Assassin's Creed 4 is really Assassin's Creed 7, because Liberation came out.
And Unity sucks in general, so...
Yeah.
But anyway, like, for me, Assassin's Creed 3, if you played the remaster, any of those little gameplay issues was more or less gone. And I enjoyed playing Assassin's Creed 3, mainly because, fuck me, I love that Tomahawk. I love that Tomahawk.
Dude, that Tomahawk is so cool. I will say that. I love that.
Damn.
and it was good. But then I went from
Damn.
Assassin's Creed 3 back to Black Flag.
Black Flag was incredible.
Black Flag was incredible.
That's just one of my
And
favorite
because
Assassin's Creed games.
yeah, like even after playing a remastered version of 3, Black Flag, which came out many years before it, based on remastered standards.
I was about to say after it, but
Yeah. No. It's better. It's entirely better. The world's better. Everything's better. But my God, the graphics have not aged. They have not aged well. I was playing it like when did it come out? 2013, 2014.
Black Flag.
I think it was 2013.
I want to say
2013 was
13.
Unity. Oh, also Assassin's Creed Unity. Just saying. But yeah,
I loved Unity.
I fucking hate
Unity-
Unity.
Unity. The problem with Unity is that it looks way too good for that current generation.
Let me
So
tell
it just
you
crashed.
my problem with
Fucking
Unity.
hated Unity.
Let's lean in and listen to a little bit of story time here with Assassin's Creed Unity. We have in chat here tonight a dearly beloved friend of mine named Jeremy, right? And what I loved about Unity was the fact that we had co-op missions, which I still really think they should bring back to Assassin's Creed. Even though the co-op missions weren't groundbreaking, they were fun. I like the option to be able to just be an assassin with my friends. So I'm going through, we're doing all this shit with Jeremy. I don't remember who the other two were. It might have been Wolf and Doom, might have been a little mix and match, I don't know.
No, it wasn't me, but I was there for the after. I know where this is going.
And so I'm perched on top of a building, and there's a guy on a balcony directly beneath me, and then beneath him on the ground there's like 8 guys. And I was like, all right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this guy on the balcony out. We're gonna sneak in through this, veranda and just get our shit and get out. As I start to do my beautiful, perfectly executed, well-timed, masterful 10 out of 10 gameplay assassination on this son of a bitch on the balcony,
10 out of 10 IGN.
Jeremy pulls out a fucking gun and just shoots him. And the game redirected my lock-on from the guy on the balcony to one of the 8 guys on the ground. And so I go flying past the balcony and land in the middle of this group of guys and get my shit instantly wrecked. And I was triggered.
Yeah.
I was very triggered. And that was 5 years ago. And clearly I'm still triggered. Just like with goddamn Arkham Knight's Batmobile. But continue with Assassin's Creed.
Things.
It's the little things. It really is.
It's awesome. What other bad games?
Brink.
Are we still on this
Did
topic, or
anybody
we
else
over?
play Brink? Was I the only one to play Brink?
I think
played-
you were the only one to play Brink.
Brink was bad, and for some reason, the same era, Too Human. Too Human was an awful game.
I never played Too Human. What I loved about Brink was like its promos, like its launch campaign. Like it looked so cool. Fucking hardcore parkour, guns blazing. Let's play this shit.
Yeah.
And then it was broken.
Oh, it was so bad. I bought the game day one. I didn't know
Yeah.
what the fuck the story was. There was no story. It was all online, kind of like Titanfall's goddamn campaign, except worse. And so I beat it in 3 hours, died like 1,000 times to people that had somehow no-lifed it for 7 years already. Take it back that same day that I bought it, traded it in, got like $20 credit, because thanks GameStop, and bought Crysis 2, which was an absolutely incredible game.
Crysis 2 is great.
Yeah.
Crysis 3 we don't talk about. But
I love Crysis 3 too. I love the fucking hunting bow, dude.
It was good. It was good, but for me, I really enjoyed Crysis 2 way
Okay.
more.
Favorite hunting bow in video games? I got Turok.
Doom, what is the worst game you've ever played?
Worst game I ever played was actually within the last year. So I am a huge horror survival nut. Like I love horror games, and I happen to see a game called Agony getting brought up.
Oh!
So,
Wait, I think I know this one.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? It's not a full price $60 game. I'm gonna give it a shot. It looked like the world looked pretty decent. But you never heard anything about gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there was no reviews. There was no review copy sent out. And usually, we all know a red flag right off the cuff. I was like, you know what? It's a small company. I'm going to give them a shot. I spent, I think, like $30, $40, whatever the game was at time.
Jeremy said in chat, so it was Agony to play?
I was going to say that, you bastard.
Wow.
That was my joke.
Continue.
So I kid you not. I loaded the game up, started playing it, and I was just like, oh, fuck. What did I get myself involved in? No hit detection whatsoever. So if you're trying to, and the game isn't, battle, like you're not supposed to fight these other demons or anything like that. The sound was great. I will give it that, but everything else in the game was completely hot fucking garbage. Like I can't be polite about it at all. And then so I was like, you know what? Let me give it like a month. Maybe there's a patch coming. I try to be like, all right, let me back off this. I forgot who the developers were. I wish I remember their name.
Shit.
They put out pretty much. They were like, hey guys, we see console players and PC players alike are having issues with the games with, reasons X, Y, and Z. There is a patch coming. To my knowledge, I do not believe that patch has dropped yet.
God damn.
To my knowledge, I haven't looked into it. I got rid of it. I was like, I feel so bad because you know what? I'm hoping that this would be like one of those indie titles, those sleeper indie hits.
Right, like Outlast was.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think Agony had some really nice gameplay trailers that came out before it was actually released, and it looked like it looked like you were crawling around, sneaking through hell. That's kind of that's what it was. Yeah. So I mean, it looked really good.
It didn't Agony have those weapons that you basically made from corpses and shit?
No, that's I forgot the name of that, but that's a different game. But I was looking into that one. But I know which one you're talking about.
That's the one I was excited for. I think Agony, I thought was the same game. I played it and it wasn't. Yeah.
All right, so we played some pretty shitty games in our life.
Yeah.
I just remembered what mine was. It's not necessarily a shitty game, but it was a shitty experience for a year.
You said yours was Fallout 76.
Oh no, I was just crapping on 76 because I was joking, and it's also fun to crap on.
Oh, okay. So what's yours then?
I haven't played a lot of shitty games, mainly because I always give the benefit of the doubt. I hate shitty people that ruin the games. So when it comes to microtransactions and stuff like that, I hate Activision. They can go lick a big hairy nutsack. I hate EA. EA is the worst because what they do to the sports games. They don't fix anything anymore. They don't fix anything anymore. It is the same game repackaged.
Yeah, I know that.
And it is they just update the cards in them, and then that's it. And then they just throw it out. I hate that shit. However, there is one game that I was so excited for.
I remember this. I fucking remember this. I know where you're going.
I wonder if you do, because I don't think you do. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Well, it might be a right turn then. But there was one game that we were really excited to play for. It was coming out on Xbox, and it was on the new generation, and I see myself doing this a lot. Halo Master Chief Collection.
Oh!
Really?
When it came out.
It
was fucking awful. I didn't come back to it for 2 years, but
for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
It was
okay.
MCC on Xbox was so bad. We tried to play it 100 times.
We wanted to play it so badly, and we could not for over a year and a half.
No, it was so horribly launched. Yeah. And I mean, Wolf and I were running through the Halo 2 Legendary campaign because I've never played Halo 2.
We pre-ordered it and everything. We were so excited to play it, and it was garbage.
Oh yeah. Finally, he was just like, dude, you got to finish it on your own. We would try to load together into a fucking co-op campaign, not even multiplayer and all that. Just wanted to play the game together, and we couldn't.
Not broken. Obviously, it's amazing, but the experience for that first year and a half was absolutely dreadful and heartbreaking. And Doom, please tell me which way you thought I was going to go, because I probably will agree.
Go with Gears. I thought you were going to go with Gears because you would not.
Gears of War 4.
Yeah, you would not shut the hell up about the microtransactions. This is not why I bought this game. Ah!
Well, if you remember, Gears 3, it was all
perfection
level based. It was progression level based. It's you want Marcus Phoenix? Okay, cool. Just play the campaign or multiplayer to for gain 20 levels. Here you go. And now it's you want Marcus Phoenix? Give us $30.
Yeah. I will say I agree a lot with what Devin's been saying in chat. As a diehard Gears fanatic and everything, next to Brink, I would probably have to put Gears of War Judgment.
Yeah, that's a bad game.
I've got to replay it to get the fucking achievements, but it was...
Oh, is it in your backlog?
Yeah, it is. But, dude, I spent, $800 on Gears of War 3. Worth every dollar. Fucking loved it. One of my favorite games of all time. I got Gears of War Judgment for free, and it wasn't even worth my time. and I'm gonna torture myself with it again.
I liked what they were trying to do.
Fuck you, Devin.
Then it was bad. It wasn't memorable whatsoever. Especially because it was like, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. They were just raising that bar, and then it's like, here's Judgment. It's not even on the fucking screen.
Oh yeah.
Like the red-headed stepchild that gets beat and is in the closet.
Shoot, not even the closet. He's in the basement. He's under the floorboards. He's Anne Frank in this shit right now.
Jeremy, I saw that Halo Reach is coming to PC December 3rd.
It is.
Is the Master Chief Collection already out on PC? Did it have its launch or not yet?
It launched.
I think so.
Did it launch with Halo Reach?
I thought it was going to launch on the 3rd with Reach.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm very curious to see how fucked this launch is gonna be.
Yeah. I want to go back to the Halo 2 on the Master Chief Collection, because when I played the story on Halo 2, I was like, okay, play it with the
still haven't finished it, so
okay, I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, that's right. He has never played the fucking second Halo game. God,
that's why we were playing it together.
Yeah, we couldn't.
I played the original Halo 2. I finished it. Fantastic, great game. And then I got it, and I played the remaster. Because that's what you do. You're like, oh, that's what it used to look like. Oh, that's cool. I like what they did there. But there's a specific part in the campaign. Now, Freak, maybe block your ears if you don't want to hear spoilers. It's not really a spoiler. It's a mission, though. So let me know if you want to. There he goes. Okay. So,
he's getting a beer.
You know the part. Yeah, he's gone. He's completely. So you know the part where you go into that room and there's all those hunters and Breaking Benjamin Blow Me Away starts playing.
Yes.
I think yes.
Fantastic part. It's awesome. In the remaster, it doesn't exist. You can't. That music doesn't play at all.
You know why though?
Because they couldn't get the license. Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
And but if you swap over to the original one, it still plays it.
I would just keep going.
Exactly, because it sounds so weird. That scene that looks fantastic on the remaster, I swapped it to the original because I'm like, I want to hear "Blow Me Away," bitch. I want to hear some Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, go back to those old graphics.
Can I come back?
Yeah, you can come back. Come on.
No. Just tell him no, so it just goes away.
Yeah, fuck him.
Wait for it.
Fuck him.
All right.
So how bummed were you when Master Chief's head exploded?
Right? No, it just totally sucks.
That was so bad.
Because I haven't played 3, 4, and 5. You know, I guess Chief must die. No, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh.
I have played every Halo except for 2.
Which was probably, objectively, I say it's the best one.
Yeah, the best one.
Yeah.
I love ODST.
No,
ODST.
Oh my god.
No, hold up. Pause. Pop the brakes.
For the multiplayer. He likes it for the multiplayer and all the experience shit that we did.
It is not the best Halo. I will tell you the best Halo right now.
Oh god.
And it's Halo Reach.
You're wrong.
Halo Reach. It's Halo Reach. Reach is the best Halo they ever made.
Halo 3.
No, Halo Reach.
Halo 2.
Okay, so Halo Reach. I went through and I played the story recently because
fantastic story.
I gotta say, it has not aged well. It has not aged well. I can still go back and play Halo 3 though and enjoy it. Like, yeah, Forge was done better. You know, everything was done better in Reach, but the story for me just wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I really liked Halo 3. Reach's Forge was great. I did like it. But Forge World for me was just so tedious because it was the same place, and sure, the amount of things that you can make were fantastic. But there's just something janky about the Halo 3 Forge that I enjoyed more. And the fact that you can go to these different areas, like Sandbox for me, best place.
Yes. Sandbox, Halo 3, Forge is very hard to rival.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you that. I loved the custom games that we would play on that.
Yeah, all the racing ones. I remember how many Mario Kart recreations.
Yeah, there was a game mode called Halo where there's like one infected up there with like a sniper and rockets and everything, and you got to go through this obstacle course on warthogs and shit.
That was our shit.
So much fun.
That's why I thought Freak was like sucking the dick of ODST.
Yeah, it was so good.
That game's so
good.
Fuck.
Well, I liked the hub world of ODST. I liked New Membosa and liked the soundtrack that they had for it. I thought it was really well done in a different direction for Halo. So I was like, this is cool.
It seemed like it was like a DLC type of a game where it's like, what happened here?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you found out what happened there. And then you're just the same guy jumping through the streets. And you're just like, hey, what the fuck happened there?
But
then new mission.
The soundtrack of ODST was just incredible.
The soundtrack trade. And the introduction of Firefight.
And the introduction of Firefight. And then they took it out.
Yeah, I miss Firefight, dude.
It was
I
so
miss
good.
going in there
Not as good
and
as Gears of
getting
War's Horde, but
Getting Killionaire was so much fun.
oh yeah.
Because,
Doom looks very unamused by our Halo ramblings.
Yeah.
Wrong.
What
It's all
are you
fucking
gonna bring
wrong.
up? You gotta bring your thing up now.
All
Wait,
fucking wrong.
what topic are we on now?
Well, I was about to broach the last topic because we're coming up towards the general time threshold that I was planning. It doesn't have to be precisely on the dot, so we can run over a little bit. That's fine. It's going well. This is the topic that I've been very excited to talk about. I posted it as a daily topic a few weeks ago. Doom and I have kind of spitballed it a little bit. I gave you guys a little bit of a pre-warmer at the beginning of it. There's a month and a half left in 2019, which means that we are about to start an entirely new decade with 2020 next year.
Oh my god!
And I've accomplished fucking nothing with my life, right? But what are some of the best games from this past decade that we have played? So from 2010 up until right now. All right, I like where Wolf is going.
Do remasters count?
No.
No.
All right. Tell you what. Sit down. What we're gonna do?
It's a game.
Oh, we're gonna lay down some ground rules.
All right, because I'll be up.
All right. We're going to just rattle off so Wolf will go, then I'll go, then we're not gonna in depth discuss yet. We're just gonna rattle off a couple. Okay. And towards the end, we will factor in if remasters count. So clearly, Wolf wants to go with Dark Souls. Yeah.
Yep. Dark Souls, literally the first game of its kind, and then started a trend of basically just a whole bunch of copycats. Right after Dark Souls, I think 1 and 2, you had Lords of the Fallen. Then you had the Surge, I believe.
Neo. You had the Surge. You had Neo.
And even Breath of the Wild Zelda. You look at that and you see the direction that Dark Souls was in, where it's you fought the bosses. Zelda's still kind of its puzzly way. You need to know the ins and outs of the boss. You have to die over and over again to figure it out. But guess what game kind of set that up? That was Dark Souls. You look at
even the new Star Wars Fallen Order. That's very.
There are tons and tons of games that are starting to go that same direction. It was basically a trendsetter.
I 100% agree with Dark Souls, even though technically it's the second one because Demon Souls came out first.
That is true. Demon Souls did come out first.
Dark Souls was so fucking good. Doom, what is one of the best games that you played in the last decade?
For me, I would have to go with Last of Us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last of Us is a good one.
Last of Us.
That was also a trendsetter.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Mm-hmm. Shut up, freak.
I said it was a good fucking game.
Yeah,
I'm
tone to your voice, you were gonna say some shit.
We didn't like the tone of your voice.
The ending sucked, and I'm really excited for Last of Us 2. I'm really excited for Last of Us 2. Chrono, what's one of the best games that you played in the last decade?
So you're just gonna chop my...
hold on.
You're just gonna chop my dick off right there.
Hold on.
You're gonna chop me right off. I'll handle it.
She's back.
Doom.
Yeah.
Go on. Tell us a little bit of Last of Us.
I mean, how are you going to say... I mean, I don't want to do no spoilers, so if, no one wants to hear this, so I'm not going to say it. How are you going to say that ending sucks? That was literally the whole game. It played out, and, the ending couldn't have been any better. That was the whole point of the game.
I think it's because it was setting up, leading down the track for something to happen, but you kind of knew that wasn't going to happen.
And I was fine with it not happening. I was excited with the turn that it took. I hate... And there goes Doom. That was the last you ever saw of Doom. I just the interaction before the credits roll, the last 10 lines of dialogue are what I hated about it.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't think
then you just don't like that part, but the ending's still good. But I mean, honestly,
the ending makes sense. That's unfortunate.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
It couldn't have been any other way.
Yeah, and we can't even spoil it. We can't. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about spoilers.
I mean, the game came out fucking 6 years ago. We technically could, but we're not going to.
Yeah.
I am very excited to see what they're going to do, too.
It was solid. I won't lie. I was a little peeved, but then I realized the reason why I was peeved was because it wasn't what I was expecting.
Exactly.
And I was like, but, it makes sense because, what's the protagonist's name again? Thank you.
Joel.
Joel, he had a daughter. And, that's exactly what Ellie was to him. So it makes sense that they went down that route.
I see that Chrono went to grab his physical copy to show off.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I've got two, but I'll do one for now.
I was about to say do one, and then we'll come back around. We're going to go around a couple times.
All right.
Shut up, Jeremy.
So my first one is a game. It is a remaster, but it's a complete from the ground up remaster.
So it's a remake. It's not a remaster.
It's a remake.
Okay, remakes are acceptable.
Okay. Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh.
I fucking love this game so much because it is, though a lot of people say it's just boss fight simulator. To me,
that is true.
It is such a good, well-made game, and in the remaster, it looks at yes, good.
I've never played it.
Oh.
You're sending me that copy. You're sending it to me, you bastard. You've never played it.
I have never once put it in my system.
Here you go. Here's my PlayStation. Take it. Play the fucking game.
I still have a PS2. It's just fried. It won't play anything. So, but
this one plays things.
Yeah, I really, really want to play Shadow of the Colossus. Everybody fucking talks about it.
It is glorious. It feels so good to take down the bosses because of how gigantic they are. These colossi, and some of them are so fantastic. Some of them you have to deal with in the sky, underwater. Some of them hide away. It's handled so well in this remake.
Part of the reason,
still great.
Part of the reason I don't want to play it is because you are the one that spoiled the ending for me.
Did I spoil? What? What did I say?
You told me.
Wait.
You told me because we were talking about some video ideas in our Twitter DMs. You could scroll back through and.
Oh fuck! I did too.
You spoiled the whole fucking plot for me.
I am so sorry.
I haven't finished it. I haven't played it.
That's why I'm being vague. But I was really excited to play it, and then Chrono, we're spitballing ideas. It's like, oh yeah, when you do this in Shadow of the Colossus, and I was like,
bruh.
Like just.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again.
So
yeah, I'm sorry about
shut
that.
Up, Jeremy.
But the ending doesn't change the experience. You have 16 colossi, and they're all fantastic, and it's a great experience. It is storming right now at my house, so if I go dark, I very much apologize. Far out. Can you hear that?
Jeremy, we've made great progress in the backlog this year. Thank you. We've finished 12 games. We still have a month and a half, so I could probably knock out 2 more. And he ignores his PlayStation library. I will get to it. My PlayStation library is like this big.
Oh shit!
My
I gotta
Xbox.
think of the second one.
All right, I guess I'll do my turn. I'm curious if you guys are gonna be able to tell what this is because it's not the actual, disc.
That is Gears of War 3.
That is Gears of War 3.
Mainly because I also got the collector's edition.
And this to me was just because very often in the gaming industry, the sequel is not better than the original.
That's true.
And the sequel of a sequel that was already better than the original topped itself. Like the maps, the multiplayer, the weapons, the challenges, the story, the gameplay, the graphics for its time. Like Gears 3, even though they delayed it 9 months and pissed me the fuck off, was just absolutely top notch for me. Like I took off from school for it. I got the whole Xbox, the collector's edition, the fucking shirts, the books, all that. But
I think we co-opted the story together, right?
yeah, we did, because when my favorite character died and I cried, you were just like,
oh yeah, I was like,
I'm sorry, buddy. And I was like, I think I'm done for the night.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna call it quits.
Yeah. But I just think that it checked off all the boxes, because you'll see a lot of sequels now focus on like, okay, well, we fell short in our campaign here, so let's just go ahead and kind of skimp on the multiplayer next one, copy and paste it, and give you guys a better campaign. Or, all right, well, just make better maps and shit. Gears just covered all of it. Now, Gears Judgment sucked, but Gears 3 was absolutely fucking incredible.
That's good.
Agreed.
Pretty solid.
That's fair.
Like
Farsighter, I don't own it.
Like Gears, like when Gears 1, 2, and 3, they just got progressively better as it went on, and they didn't end on a bad note. They actually ended on like a really solid note. It's probably the best ending that you could have ended on.
And as much as I hate to say it, because I don't want to like make his ego even bigger, even though he'll never see this, it's 100% because of Cliff, like Cliffy B.
Dick sucker.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm telling you, because look what happened after he left. Look what happened with Judgment. Look what happened with 4 and 5. Like, Gears is not...
I still haven't played 5. I want to play 5. It seems like it might be pretty decent. Everyone was saying it's a pretty good game.
5's really good. Better than 4.
I haven't touched the story. 4's story was, like, it got good towards the end, and then, like, at the end, you're like, oh, look at that. That's interesting. Let's see what happens. And I still haven't touched 5.
I mean, I literally have Gears of War fucking pajama pants right here.
All holy and everything.
Literally. These things are so torn up. But Wolf, what's another one of your top games of the last decade?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I haven't played much games recently.
Recently? You gamed a lot at the beginning of the decade.
Oh, wait. I just remembered, like, one of the games that I've, like, been playing, like, non-fucking stop anytime that I come on PC. Well, here's what I was going to say. I was going to say Dark Souls 3.
So you would have copy and paste your first answer.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. I saw the chat, and they're like, technically Demon Souls was first, which, yes, it's true. Demon Souls was first. However, there's a lot of times when somebody's first, and this is, like, the same company, too. When someone's first, doesn't necessarily mean that it was, like, the best quality of game. And it's like Demon Souls was, like, it was really good. However, it was still missing a certain something, and then Dark Souls came out, and it just blew everybody, like, wide open. Anyway, 3 just told a lot more story and wrapped it up in a nice little bow. And even when they don't tell you the story, you kind of figure it out in your own way. And that's why I like 3 so much. That, and it was on the new console. And everything just looked fucking amazing.
Never heard of Kingsfield, Luke.
Perfect. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, when we came back across we
that, we were like little kids on Christmas. We were like, oh, I know that castle.
Yeah.
I know that castle.
I recognize those archways. And as we were going up there, my biggest fear was like, I swear to God, if those fucking archers are back, I'm gonna uninstall this game right now.
we were like, oh, the fucking archers. But anyway, so getting away from Dark Souls, completely different genre. Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep.
Yeah. Because for best type of game, at least that I've played, because, you know, going from, like, really good shooters, so, like, when we grew up, I was first shooter game was not Modern Warfare, it was Call of Duty World at War. Loved that game. And then, you know, Modern Warfare 2, loved that game. Modern Warfare 3, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, all the shooters that were coming out were pretty much like that kind of Call of Duty formula. Even Battlefield for me, it's like, you know, I didn't necessarily like the multiplayer, thought it was a little bit clunky, even Battlefield 2. But everything played the same. And then Rainbow Six came out, Siege, and it was more more tactical based. It was more like stress based. And like, once you learn how to play, it's fucking exhilarating. And there's a reason why that, like, I played it nonstop. And then, funny enough, you know, I got a Freak to buy it on PC, and guess what? He jumps on that thing almost religiously now.
I play the shit out of Siege.
It is insanely addicting. Like, you want to be like the best, and when you are the best, and you get like your first your first 4-peat or you get an ace, it is oh my god, you're like, your pulse is like racing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I respect Rainbow Six Siege a lot, especially for what it's done for the competitive gaming community too.
Yeah, that's a big jump for them.
Oh yeah. Doom, what's your next pick?
This one's gonna be a little bit tougher. It's kind of a toss-up, really, and it's between two. It's 2 completely different types of games. It's either gonna be Skyrim, or it's gonna be again, completely left field, Forza Horizon 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the...
It's those 2 right there that... Skyrim, for obvious reasons, it doesn't
it's fucking incredible. It's in mine, too.
And for me, like, the crazy part is, I wasn't into really those open world, Middle Earthy type games around that time frame. That was actually the game that kind of got me into them.
Thanks for reminding me.
And then
he's like Middle Earth.
Yeah. And then after that, Forza Horizon is kind of like where a good portion of us all started gaming together and got really involved with king mode, all that kind of stuff. We know like that game for God knows how long, and it was just fun.
Oh,
Like, it was just a lot of fun.
countless hours of doing the same shit over and over again and having a fucking blast.
Yeah, and like the crazy part is like the soundtrack was always killer. Like from the first Horizon all the way up to now, the soundtracks are usually always great. The cars, I mean, name another company that does better with their car models besides Gran Turismo. I'm not gonna touch them.
Jeremy.
Yeah, and that's where the goddamn it Jeremy started. Like, oh god,
Yep.
memories with that game. So I think that's the reason why it's so high for me is the memories with.
Oh yeah, and that's why I feel like 3 and 4 just aren't as good, even though they're probably better in every way. Is just because I'm like, it's not
Honestly,
the same as 2.
Yeah.
Why does Forza Horizon 2 feel bigger than both 3 and 4?
Well, what I've noticed is like for a lot of the king maps and shit and the things that we like to do in Forza Horizon 2, they had multiple asphalt areas where you can use Lambos and Bugattis, and then in 3 then 4 they're like off-road, everything just off-road.
Yeah,
so,
I think they're trying to mix it up. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like you tried to be a little bit too diverse and you kind of just messed with the formula a little bit. I don't know.
yeah, no, I agree with Horizon 2 though. Great game.
Yeah, definitely. Same here.
I didn't even have to buy 3. Freak brought it for me.
I bought you 2.
He was like, play it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
literally. And then I made a video about it, and he's freaking out about how Doom and I are like 300 levels higher than him.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, how are y'all driving so fast? And I'm going out,
Jeremy.
it's Starcall!
Appreciate you playing, but
Yeah.
Chrono, what's your second pick? And
I
these
know I've
aren't
been
in
very
order.
biased. I know I've been very biased to my own content that I play, but this game came out that I had been anticipating.
Yo, quick
ages,
street, thank
and
you so much
it's
for
been
those bits.
a long time since we got a game from this character that was actually good, and I so excited for this game. The moment that the collector's edition was announced, I got it within like the first 5 minutes. I was so excited to get my hands on this game, and I was so happy when I got it that it was everything it could be and even more. And that Spider-Man PS4.
Yes.
Yes.
That was good. I literally just looked at it back there. Was like, maybe I should talk about that one.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a bad thing about the new Spider-Man yet.
The game is awesome.
It's so fucking good. It looks great. It plays great. The voice acting's great. It made me cry. It was that good. The story was fantastic. Oh my god.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask though, because when I was watching a lot of the gameplay and reveals and everything from it, I saw a lot of similarities to another redefining, absolutely incredible superhero game.
The Arkham series.
The Arkham series.
Now, the thing there is that the gameplay, it has a similar sort of, it isn't based completely on the stealth aspect of like going up behind people or getting up high and like taking people out.
That's
like,
true.
It is very similar to the fighting style, but the thing is that it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's the thing that happened with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. They tried to copy Arkham completely, and it didn't work. But
that was so painful.
It was so painful. So when this came out, and I'm like, okay, I hope it isn't just like Arkham with a reskin sort of thing. It's not. Sure, it's got like the combo system, it's got, you know, the dodging and stuff like that, but it's got its own ways of doing it that makes it unique. And my god, I 100% that game. I 100%ed all the DLC. Oh my god, and all the costumes, and it was just such an incredible experience. Unlocking things felt really great. It felt progressive, and like I was blown away. It looked so good. The ray tracing with the water, just everything was fantastic about it. And
even the fish people.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like I was blown away by that game. Sure, it was sort of limited by the map standard, but I mean, for what it was, it did great. It did fantastically. For Insomniac's first try at a Spider-Man game, which was, I mean, the last game that they did that was similar enough was Sunset Overdrive, which I fucking love.
Yeah.
It was
but yeah, this game is one of my favorites of all time, and I'm a huge fucking Spider-Man fan, and so I would know if it's a bad game or not, because I've played every Spider-Man game, and I know which one's the shit, and this one...
Chrono's my guy.
So, no spoilers, Chrono. I do have one question for you. This is no spoilers, but how about that ending scene?
Ooh. So, which ending scene are you talking about? After credits, or are you talking like the very end of the game after you do the thing?
Where you happen to see a particular character that was spoken of but never seen.
with such and such in the place where he's hiding in the thing, and yeah.
I love how vague this is. That one thing with the guy in that place with the thing and with the who and the what's it and the when.
We know.
I can't even remember what you're talking about.
It was such a good twist. I was like, oh my god.
So like, all right. So I'm not gonna say nothing because reading into that, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But that's like, I'm like, holy shit, because I love that character if that's gonna happen.
I know. It makes me wonder what's gonna happen with the character who normally is the. It makes me think. I'm like, is it gonna do a thing where they split it off in different characters? But I don't know. But oh my god, because the vagueness, like the entire time, I was thinking, oh, okay, this character's doing their thing. It's sick.
That's
all good. Yeah, but and I still love the part with the character who does that thing, and it's like, oh my god, they're setting that up, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I screamed, I was like, yes!
I'm really excited for anybody who's watching the podcast or who will watch it and knows exactly what these guys are talking about, and I'm sitting here with my thumb up my ass.
Yeah.
Dude, all right, so all I'm going to say is the Spider-Man game is really high up on my list. It's just that that was actually the first game I completed in my new house. So I remember everything for that, and like that was like I know like that first came here because I had like no TV, no nothing. All I had was that game, my PS, and that's what I was playing. So like, and then all that was happening, like
yeah, it really it resonated. Every step that came by, I felt it. It was like a cinematic experience, but. Like a lot of people were being like, the QuickTime events were kind of boring. But the thing is that it looks cool though. It looks fantastic. Like when you're doing them, it's like, okay, yeah, you're webbing this up and it's doing its thing. But it looks great when you do it. Sure, you're not doing it, but really
quickly, I think I remember who y'all are talking about.
Yeah.
And I was making sure that I was remembering the correct person. Because the way that y'all teed it up, it was like, who the fuck are they talking about? This random person. I remember the end because I'm right there with Chrono. I 100% at the game, and it was a fucking pain. But you know why? Because the game was actually really damn solid. But yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. And yeah, oh my god, I want that. Like, I really would like to play, and as we can't like Freeze is right here.
So that's the. He's talking about the other one. We're talking about the other one,
I have absolutely no doubt that we will see another Spider-Man game with the success of the one that they did. Especially because, going back to what I was saying, they are probably going to ride the shit out just like Arkham did. And there's rumors of a new Arkham game coming out too, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, and a Superman game too, which could be...
there might be a Superman game, but it's not going to be from Rocksteady. Rocksteady already came out flat out, and they were like, no. But...
It could be... Isn't it apparently Sucker Punch who could be doing it, who did like Infamous?
Yeah.
He looks...
Why'd you say that? Why'd you say the name? Why'd you say Martha?
Sucker Punch.
What's wrong with Sucker Punch?
Wait, your name is Martha too? Your mom's name is Martha?
We're all Martha.
Sucker Punch Productions.
What's wrong with Sucker Punch?
Okay, so are you just gonna tell me right now you hate Infamous or something?
Sucker Punch Productions.
So do you hate Infamous or something? Because you.
I've never played Infamous, and I never will. I never will.
You know why?
I refuse to play Infamous because my favorite goddamn game of all time is fucking Sly Cooper. You know what they did? They dropped it to go create Infamous and never came back. So then another company comes along, picks it up, makes Sly 4, and, it's alright, it's not bad. They ended on an even bigger goddamn cliffhanger. So, if Sucker Punch does a Superman game, I will die.
You'll flip.
He's just like, and now he's like, where's Sly 5, guys?
Yeah.
Sanzaru, do it. Sony, get a fucking third studio to do it. Sucker Punch, do it. Somebody do it!
See, the next decade, we're going to be doing a new podcast, like Podcast 200, and you're going to be like, my favorite game of this decade is Sly 5.
Yeah.
It actually comes out.
Well, that brings me to my second game choice of this decade.
Here we go.
It's actually not Sly 4. That might pop back up. We already talked about it a lot, especially with the Spider-Man. Batman Arkham City.
Yeah, Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I wanted to say Arkham Knight
Second
because, you
one.
know, the new gen and Xbox and the fucking Batmobile and all that. But Arkham
Yeah.
City was just so much better.
It was so yeah,
It was
like
good.
Arkham Knight. The story was a bit too, you know, iffy for me. Sure, the city was bigger, but I really liked City more.
I just love how much they put into City. It wasn't like one of those big open world games, kind of like Breath of the Wild, where there's very little from point A to point B. There was always something to do in City. Always Riddler trophies to find. Fucking, they put Two-Face in there, Catwoman, Penguin, Calendar Man. I mean, everybody was in that game.
They had a little
Mad Hatter was in there.
Mad Hatter was in it.
Like,
Ra's al
literally,
Ghul, Doctor Strange, Mr.
walk
Freeze.
into a building
Not Doctor Strange,
and
Hugo Strange, but Dr. Hugo
there's
Strange.
somebody else.
still technically counts.
Batman Arkham City. I mean, it got a 10 out of 10 from Game Informer. One of like 6 games to do so. Personally, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, it was just such an incredible. And then the other thing that the Arkham series did right is Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Like,
I mean,
as much as I still enjoy Arkham Origins, like not having Conroy and not having Mark Hamill, like yeah, sure, the actors in the role did a great job. I love Roger Craig Smith and I love
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. I love Troy Baker. He did a
great job as a younger Joker.
He played a younger Joker really well because his voice wasn't as gravelly and I'm the Joker as Mark Hamill.
He's just smoking fucking 5 packs of cigarettes a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's my cigarettes?
I need my cigarettes, honey.
But no,
Hey.
For money.
Holly,
Batman-
go out and get me some cigarettes.
Batman Arkham City.
Okay, button.
I still haven't even 100% it. Oh god. Oh god. Why am I weirdly aroused?
Why am I weirded
guys,
out
I
and
gotta-
aroused at the same time?
I gotta go. I got later.
Don't worry, Puttin. I'll be there soon.
All right. So without
Come on,
without
Mr. J.
delving too much
Now
more
we're gonna be
in.
for real.
Oh god. Because I mean, we can keep talking about this all night without giving details. Just name your next game, Wolf.
Oh, I gotta think.
Hold on, let me turn around.
All right.
Yeah,
do it.
hold on. I gotta look.
Look at my shelf real quickly. Here, Doom, you go next.
Oh fuck me.
Looks at his shelf.
Hey, can't.
Yeah.
In his kitchen.
Honestly, probably like my next game.
I'm opening my Steam so I can maybe that helps.
Nobody saying Undertale or Stardew. I haven't beaten Undertale. Stardew is a fucking incredible game. Haven't played Path of Exile either, Loopster.
So I'm gonna go with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
Over 1.
Yeah. And I mean, I felt more connected to Red Dead Redemption 2. Just that whole storyline. Like I know it's a prequel, and you know, again, no spoilers or nothing. I feel like there's a lot more they could have done with the story, but it was one of those stories where you're like, you feel for this person all the way through, and you can see like, wow, I get this. I understand what's going on, and you kind of want there to be hope for this person all the way through. And it's just the more and more shit happens, it's like, all right. So, like, I think that story for like the past, I think probably Red Dead 2 as a
Shut up,
standalone
Luke.
story is one of the best ones, you know,
Chrono?
in a long time.
All right. So it's hard to choose because I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna go with a very underrated game that it's a cult classic, but its story was just phenomenal and voice acting by Nolan North. You can never go North. Spec Ops: The Line.
I literally just looked at that.
Haven't played
game. I haven't played it. I like the whole entire game is ruined for me thanks to
Yeah.
Watch Mojo.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking watch Mojo, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're like,
really.
oh my god, here's a big scene that happens.
I still want to play
Yeah.
it though. I still want to see it happen.
I haven't.
really good.
I know because I have it too. Because you know.
But I also, instead of that, I also want to say Uncharted 2 or 4 because I love the Uncharted games. And 4
Uncharted 2 came
was
out this decade.
fantastic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or was that 2000? No, I think it was 2010. Oh wait, no, because Uncharted 3 was
2009.
Yeah, no. So Uncharted 4 then. I'll go Uncharted 4 because that was just fantastic. Both Nolan North and I forgot his name again. Thanks.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
Literally the
Yep.
best voice actor in the fucking industry. How do you keep forgetting his name?
Yeah. But yeah, both of them together, they were
I haven't
perfect
played
dynamic.
Uncharted 4 yet. I'm very excited to
Oh,
get
that's-
around to it someday.
It is fantastic. It's hard to choose between 2 and 4 as the best Uncharted game, but in a lot of ways, 4 just perfected everything.
Wolf.
And
I'm gonna go with a very underrated game, mainly because
Dark Souls for
no, that's gonna be Dark Souls 2. No, so underrated. Like, it came out of left field. I wasn't expecting anything, but it was just so weird. And then you started playing it, and then you're just like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then you kind of realize like what like kind of mind games it's playing with you after everything's already done. And that would be Senua's
Dark.
Sacrifice.
Actually, I just got into that with Game Pass.
Yeah, so Senua's Sacrifice, like, no one really knew what that game was. It was just like, it was an indie game that they were selling for like $30, and that's all they wanted to do. A very small company, they were like, hey, we have this very, very polished, like, cinematic style game that just fucks with you. And like that's it. It's like it's basically a game where it's like you are looking at something. Say you're looking at a tree, and you're just like, all right, cool. Turn your head, you look over what's there, and you look back, and now that tree's gone. You're like, what the fuck? Where'd that tree go? And it's literally, it just messes with you. So there's like boss fights, and the way to get into those boss fights is like you need to really be paying attention to things, because these bosses will just like disappear on you. And like what it's supposed to be doing is like it's basically supposed to chisel at your insanity to where you don't really know what's real. And that's kind of how like the game like progresses throughout the entire thing. Yeah, because there's voices that are talking to her. Like, it's very weird, very experimental, but it plays in that Last of Us type of genre, like that kind of like camera like slow paced thing, but like where action is like secondary, but puzzle solving is primary. So, but like the action is really like kick ass too. It's like the fighting in it is pretty damn good. But yeah, like it's. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, when I first started playing that, which it's on my list of list of games to beat right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have a backlog too?
No, that's like the one game.
That's the cast backlog.
His backlog is one.
But like that and Death Stranding, but we're not gonna go there right now. But right now, like, I started playing it probably like a month ago, and I've been slowly chipping away at it. And like they recommend you to wear headphones. If you got good headphones, wear good headphones.
I had these.
Like, yeah, I got the Astros as well. And like, I kid you not, just the voices going back and forth, constantly second guessing how the tidbits of story are coming through, but you don't know if they're true or not. You're like, what is happening? And I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's literally like every single step of that game is basically what they wanted to do. Is if you questioned like what happened to you in the game, if you finished the game and you were saying, was that real, and you were irritated by it, that's all they wanted to do. That is exactly like the mindset that they wanted to put you in. They wanted you to be on edge. They wanted you to be really weirded out. And like, I can't tell y'all how the game ends, but it's like, it's one of those games where actually I feel like that would kind of spoil it if I said there's a certain mechanic at the end. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, it's they just try to fuck with you, and if they fuck with you, if you're uneased, then they did their job. And for me, I was like, what the hell did I just play?
I love how I said just rattle off a game.
And we just went.
And all three of you went into full-blown descriptions.
I don't know anything of it. I don't know what the game is.
I don't know about Senua's either. But fuck it. I'll give my next game with a full-blown description, and then we will rattle 2 more games, because I'm trying to get us our top 5, pretty much.
Fuck me. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get it.
All right.
That's why I was just trying to rattle, because we're coming up on 2.5 hours instead of full-blown descriptions, which I'm about to give 1 because you fuckers just did.
Wah.
Baby got in corner.
Watch yourself, bitch.
Boop.
Oh my god, I got booped.
I'm not touching you.
Honestly, people are either going to be super surprised by this one or not surprised at all, knowing me. Doom already knows where I'm going. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor.
Really?
Yes.
Are any of us surprised?
Yes.
Come on.
Even though, like, War was technically... Mordor was just better. Because the Nemesis system, first of all, was
Yeah, that
incredible.
was awesome.
Troy Baker's Talion, top notch. The first good Lord of the Rings game that we've gotten in 10 years. The combat was very Arkham-esque, which I loved. The traversal was Assassin's Creed-esque, which I loved.
You actually
And
convinced me to get that game.
yeah,
I remember you like pretty much held a gun to my head at work and you're like, "You're gonna buy it."
Yep.
And I was like, "Okay."
and it was a fucking great game.
It was actually one of my favorite games. So
Yeah, and I love Shadow of War too, but Mordor just hit harder for me because I'm sad that it was just a duology. I would have loved a trilogy, but it ended appropriately. But now the big issue that I have as a diehard Lord of the Rings fan is, and there are good Lord of the Rings games aside from those two, but we had a pretty long stretch of just bad ones. It's been proven that it can be done, guys. So give us some good shit. Give us the good shit.
Give us some of that good.
Yeah. All right.
some of that mid.
So rattle off your next one, Wolf.
Okay, well, just I'm gonna go into games that maybe because that's the thing. When we're talking about our favorite games, we're talking about them. So, we had Doom that said The Last of Us. Last of Us would be in my group. So, I'm trying to not repeat that. So Last of Us obviously would be in my group. But I'm gonna tell like a game that I like. Ori and the Blind Forest, mainly just
Fucking
based off of
incredible
art-wise.
game.
Art-wise is just beautiful.
Soundtrack
really
too.
Beautiful.
Gameplay
Soundtrack,
smooth as
beautiful.
shit.
And then you have that Disney beginning.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
rip my heart out, why don't you?
Ori and the Blind Forest is top 10 favorite games easily for me. Fantastic
Mhm.
game. I was texting Doom about it because he was like, really? That good? Ori's great. Doom?
I like Ori.
The new God of War, the one that was like 2-3 years ago.
Haven't finished
Yeah.
it.
I haven't even played it. I really would like to play it.
It's
I played
awesome.
it. It was great.
Yeah, it's
Chrono?
it was like in the ranks with Red Dead, but I went Red Dead, but
I'm
God
still
of
at
War
Tears
right there.
Bridge, so...
Guess why I like it so much and why I want to play it so much? That Last of Us formula.
Yeah,
it was like a Dark Souls Last of Us. It was just like I really, really would like to play this.
yeah, and it's really, really good. So,
hmm
Chrono?
For me, I love the Souls games for sure. I love the sort of knight sort of feel to it, but there was something so good about a Victorian era Souls game. I love Bloodborne.
Bloodborne's
I love
fucking
Bloodborne.
incredible.
Bloodborne was a good
So
game.
much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodborne
Didn't-
is
Incredible.
fantastic.
Cthulhu,
It
I
kicks
haven't
my
finished.
ass So
HP
hard.
Lovecraft
I love it.
everywhere. Yeah, Bloodborne
Yeah,
was
it
great.
is such a Lovecraftian love letter.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fantastic. When I first finished it, was like it was like 2 years ago, and I think I spent like a good 10 hours one day just trying to finish the last like sort of area and get those final bosses out of the way because it was killing me. It was crushing me, and all I wanted to do was finish it because I put so much time into it because I'm horrible at the Souls types games.
Get good.
Like I recently picked up Sekiro, and my fucking god,
It's
fuck
so
me,
much
Sekiro.
harder. But I
I
beat
still
it.
have to play Sekiro.
Sekiro's
I still-
It kicked my
great.
dick. It kicked my dick until I spewed up my balls. It was cool.
I will
Um,
say this: like, out of all like the From Software games, I can't play them. I don't have the time to play them like that. I don't have the time to get good and all that shit. But I love everything about those games. Like Sekiro, anyone that knows me, I love the whole samurai aspect of it. I love samurai games in
Mhm.
general. Dark Souls, dude, medieval monsters, dragons and shit. Fuck yeah. And then Bloodborne, dude,
These are
that
like
world alone is
Oh,
god.
yeah.
they're like love letters to like certain like themes and like timepieces.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and like
all
in
of
such
their
a medieval
themes.
way. In like a medieval way. It's amazing. They're really good.
My next pick would be Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Infinite?
yeah.
Not the first Bioshock, but Bioshock Infinite.
Bioshock didn't come out in this decade.
Oh, valid.
Infinite came out in 2013
Valid.
because they kept delaying the shit.
Valid, but still not fancy.
Yeah, which is why I had to go Infinite because obviously number one is the best out of the trilogy. But Infinite, oh my god, they delayed that game so many fucking times,
Yeah.
and it was just worth the wait. Wolf,
It was.
what's your final pick?
So this is not going to be one that I have played. but it's going to be one that I have watched because I started actually watching this franchise before I had a computer, so I couldn't really play any of these games. But I'm gonna go with shit. I was just looking at it. God damn it. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted VR game.
okay. Yeah, all right.
Only reason being is because I like Dark Souls. The story's not really told to you. You have to really dive balls deep into the story to be able to get like little tidbits out of everything. So while I really think like the creator is just kind of pulling shit out of his ass and seeing what sticks, like he's literally just like, okay, what can we do here? Everyone's like making a whole bunch of shit. Sure, we'll go with that. Like I feel like that's kind of the approach he's doing. But like lore wise and the fact that it's like VR, it's in your face. Like the games were already scary enough, like on a fucking monitor. But imagine having him right in your goddamn face, like right in your grill. Like I'll say that that is a game that I definitely have liked over this past year.
Yep.
The Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yes.
Resident Evil 2 remake was so good. It was a toss-up between that and RE7, but I think 2 just was better across the board.
Yeah, 2
and
was
I've never
very
played
much
either
like,
of them, so.
7 was great, but the first person for me kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
I wish it was third person, which is why Resident Evil 2 was perfect for me.
Chrono, your final pick?
All right. So my final one, I've got two more. I got two because I really got to toss up between.
Final one!
All right. So I'm thinking it just came out. Really great studio who have done some pretty good stuff in the past. And finally, there's a good Fallout game in years. And it's called The Outer Worlds.
Yeah, The Outer Worlds.
I fucking love The Outer Worlds. I really love The Outer Worlds.
I'm surprised you wouldn't go with just fucking like New Vegas.
Well, see, the thing is I love New Vegas, but The Outer Worlds, I love The Outer Worlds. I really love the whole space feel to it. I love Firefly, so I've got that.
Firefly was a fucking incredible show, and I wish we got a second season.
Yeah.
Yep. And I love The Outer Worlds. I'm playing it like crazy. My partner loves it too, so that's good.
I want to play it. I've heard really mixed reviews about it.
It really depends on if you like. If you like Obsidian style of game, you're gonna love it. But
I mean, here's the thing: what would you rather buy, Fallout 76 or Outer Worlds?
Yeah, exactly. For me,
76.
like the last good Fallout game, because Fallout 4 good, but it wasn't great. The last good one was New Vegas.
I liked 4. I was writing a
4
high
was good.
from Fallout 3.
I really liked 4.
Yeah, agreed.
My final pick, and this is a topic that we can dive back into on another podcast because there's so many fucking great games of the last decade. I just wanted to try to get 5 done. I didn't expect us to go on this goddamn long. Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Wow, I completely forgot about Borderlands 2 in the decade.
Yeah. It's came out 2000.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't finished 3. I got 3. I played a little bit of it with Jeremy and Devin. I loved it, and then I went out with hand surgery, so I haven't been able to play mouse and keyboard, and I had controller connectivity issues. But 2 was just so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's one of those situations where the sequel is better than the original. They just built off of everything they did right and made it better. Brought in so many better characters. Handsome Jack is one of the best villains I've ever come across in a goddamn game. Butt Stallion! Come here, Butt Stallion! But, yeah. So, Borderlands 2 will be my round off for the top 5 games of this decade. And we could probably, if we get this same crew together, retouch down on it at the end of the next podcast. Because, again, there's so many incredible games over the last decade. But we are at 2.5 hours
solely
already.
about horror survival games. Sorry.
Doom, sit down.
Yep. We're gonna go Resident Evil 7 right there.
But yeah, we went 2.5 hours for our debut episode.
Technically 2 hours of that was the podcast. The other one was just us talking behind the carnival.
No, actually 2 hours and 17 minutes. Because I've got the whole recording thing here. The first 13 minutes was the circus, but the rest, like, we've gone over our time. I'm trying to end, and you guys just keep coming in. So this is episode 0 of the Roundtable Oddcast, where we talk off-topic games, movies, food, as you saw. Thank you to the 4 original members of the Gamers of the Roundtable for joining us with this. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because this is going on YouTube. And share it with your friends, and we will catch you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.
Peace out, guys.
Later.